Um, Yo, my people, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Hello, everybody. Welcome to One Africa Forum, One Africa Movement, and this is your boy MC, and this is Swahili Nation, guys. Everybody who is joining right now, it's good to see everybody here in the house. It's good to see everybody with so much energy in the house, and so many people are joining right now. Some of y'all have been waiting. Um, yeah, some of y'all have been waiting for this moment. So I really appreciate for everybody who is joining right now. And also let me take this moment to appreciate all the love and support that you guys are showing. I think the family is growing. The family is growing so fast. And that's all because of each and every single one of you. Let me take a moment just to look at the camera. Family is growing. And that's because of you guys who are joining here every day. And you're not tired to come here in the live stream. You're not tired to come here to comment. You're not tired to come here and to share your thoughts and to raise your voice. So I want to take that moment to appreciate each and every single one of y'all. You guys mean a lot to Swahili Nation. And trust me, man, I'm exhausted and I'm tired. A lot of times because doing this is not easy, but I'm always encouraged and I always get so much energy and power from y'all because you guys you come here back and again and again and again and again to just participate in One Africa Forum, and that means a lot. So I want to appreciate y'all. And also want to take a moment right now to appreciate the members of this family. These are people who are keeping us to move forward, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes not every video, members, they help us to actually get something, because not all videos you can monetize, you know what I'm saying? So members are those people who, like here I have Muluken Jibra Media. These are people who they actually give a certain amount of money every month to support Swahili Nation. And a lot of y'all have been joining recently. So I want to take a moment to appreciate y'all. Okay. Let me take a moment to appreciate y'all. I have how many members right now? Total members. Right now we have 24 members in the family. So that's a good sign, right? We have 24 members, but I know we can do better. I have 24 members right here. These are people who joined, became a member, and support Swahili Nation family. And you guys, you mean a lot, and appreciate for all you do. And if you're wondering and you're saying, you know what, I'm new to this family and I want to come and join and become a member, let me give you a little bit of ABC of that. If you want to join and you want to support, there's different options you can choose every single month. And these are those options. You can choose to give $2.99 in a month, $2.99, I mean, in a month. And we will call you DC. All right, we'll call you DC, which means a distant cousin, 2.99. And you can decide to give 5.99. You will be CC, close cousin or siblings, 29.99 or 49.99 senior siblings. And the last one, final, Swahili Nation partner, 99.99 every single month. So if you want to go ahead and do that, I will share the link in the comment section. Please go and you can join right now, right here. That's the link in the comment section. And to make it simple, I'll pin all the way to the top for you guys to be able to see it. Come on, man. I have somebody from Nigeria here, the new brother called Manku Okiape. Shout out to Nigerian guy right here. All right. I think this is the work of John Divine. Man, how did you find out about Swahili Nation? I want to know. Let me know, Mr. Manku Okiape, my brother. Let me know, how did you find out about this forum right here, this family right here? So it's very encouraging when you see people from different corners of Africa coming together. And this is beautiful here. So I want to appreciate this guy right here. Let me know, man. Let me know, how did you find out about this? It's going to be amazing. I love Nigeria. My best friend is from that side. All right. And I also want to take a moment to appreciate people who have been actually supporting Swahili Nation, donating. I want to appreciate here Biniam Jibrit Sadik. I remember you. I remember you today in the afternoon session. You donated a lot. You gave a lot of super chat. So I want to shout out to you, and I recognize you. This guy is right here, right here. I want to acknowledge your support for today. All right, and the link that I shared in the comment section is the link to GoFundMe that we are doing right now, because we are sending our team to Ethiopia next year. Pretty much me and another guy, we might be going there. We'll see how it will happen, but me, absolutely, I'm going. And so we are raising funds here because, and we appreciate for everybody who is donating here. I just want to display their names. Yeah, this is the plan for a long time ago, because always, it's always good to go and to meet people, to see their faces, and to talk about, One Africa, to talk about these things like no more, to talk face to face, to have question and answer, interaction with one another, to have this forum like face to face, not just here online. So we're gonna be heading to Nigeria, and these are people who actually donated. So if you have ability to donate, please do so. If you can't, please, you can just go ahead and share with some people, right? So far, oh yeah, you can share here. You can share with anything here. So yeah, please go and share, and it's gonna be amazing. Africa for Africa, I love that. Nigeria in the house, guys. Nigeria is coming up. My brother there, you gotta tell me, man. How did you find out about this? Okay, I gotta tell you guys, if you see me, I don't have power today. It's because today I slept for only 1 hour last night. I slept for 1 hour, and I didn't get a time to sleep until this moment. I was wishing to sleep before this, but it didn't happen. When you meet family, there's a lot of good stuff going on with the family. But also last night, I just couldn't fall asleep, until in the morning. Like I was trying to sleep from 2 a.m. all the way to 6 a.m. Moving toward to 7 a.m. I was not sleeping. And then I had to go to church at 9 a.m. So I basically slept for only 1 hour. So if you see me, I'm not having energy, it's because of that. Yeah, but I had to come here because we cannot stop this now. We cannot stop this now, and we have to do this every single day, because there's a need to raise a generation that will take over Africa, that will decide the fate of Africa. And Swahili Nation, we're here to set the agenda by Africans, about Africans, and for the Africans. All right, that's why we're here. So you guys coming here, your comments, I think they're encouraging me a lot. Yeah, so a little things that I would like to encourage you guys and to tell you is that let's try to be engaged in the topic, on the conversation that we'll talk about here, because sometimes it feels like people are more engaged with the different attacks that are going on in this on the live chat, that they lose the focus of what's going on here on the screen. So that's not a good way, because we are trying to engage everybody, and we always share the link with everyone there to come on the live stream and to share your thoughts, to raise your voice. But sometimes it feels like if you have one person there that comments something negative, then everybody's losing focus, and they just focus on that person, and we're losing the focus on the topic that's going on. So let's try not to do that, so that we may engage in the family. But this, if chat is that bad, then there are other option of muting the live chat, not to continue to go, so that we may participate on the topic that we are doing. So let's just try to have a little bit of focus. I'm saying that also because sometimes sometimes it's hard to ignore when someone come and comment something bad, right? Like someone come and attack some people or comment something bad. sometimes it's hard to just ignore. Even me, sometimes I lose my focus. So I do understand that. That's why I think some other people, they just close the live chat and they just leave for members only. Members only are the people that can comment in the comment chat, but not everybody else. Some people, they do that. But we'll see how we go there. How we go with Swahili Nation. We'll see how it goes. Luneta is saying, ciao, Mika. Ciao. Thank you for what you're doing. I'm afraid that you slept only 1 hour. We are our best African new heroes. Thank you for what you do for Africa, for Ethiopia. We love you and appreciate you guys. I can't imagine, at least I even had a time to sleep for that 1 hour. But I can't imagine there are people out there that can't sleep because of what's going on right now. They can't sleep. Because when someone is not at peace, then it's really hard to sleep. It's really hard to sleep. So today in the morning, what I did, I slept for that 1 hour and then I went to church. I pray. And these days, every time when I go there, when it comes to prayer, I always think about Africa. Like, that has been my prayer point. Like, so if pastor says that, okay, guys, we're anybody has any need, please raise your hands. We're going to pray for you. I'll raise my hands and I'll be thinking about Africa. I'll be like, God, Africa, God, Africa. Right. And with all being said, I need to pray before we begin. All right, God, I thank you for today. Thank you for bringing us here together from all corners of the world, here in Africa and outside of Africa. Thank you for this movement. Thank you for your presence, because we're not alone. Just like today in the afternoon, we say that it doesn't matter who is against you. What matters is who is with you, because who is with you is stronger than who is against you, and you're with us. So thank you for being with us. Even today, guys, I want to pray that we'll have a breakthrough. You'll give us that peace, and you will heal the pain that we have from the past, the pain that we have with the things that are going on right now in different countries and different corners of Africa. God, and I pray that you'll help us to be brave. You'll help us to be smart, to understand what's really going on, and to find the solutions to that. At the end of the day, you're the only one that can unite us, but we want to decide to be united too. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So this is the thing. A lot of people, they feel like, it's useless to pray. But here's the thing. Prayer cannot really change anything if you don't decide. So you need to decide, because God is not a dictator. He's giving you a free will. That's one of the precious things that God has given to us, free will, to decide. And when you decide, then God will do something according to your decision. Mama, thank you. My mama, she's right here. She's bringing me a tea. How sweet is that, Mama? You want to say hi to people? My mama, she's bringing me a tea, guys. How sweet is that? Okay, I've been working for this for a long time without him, Mama. Asante jamani. Wow. Mama, utaki kusema habari? Oh. My mama, she said hi today here in the afternoon. I was with her in the live stream, and I show my family to y'all. So my mama, she knows that I'm tired, and she made a tea for me. How sweet is that? Oh, that's good. It's a ginger tea. Come on, Mama Chabala. Dang. My mom, guys, she's 64. She used to be a teacher. She retired like 4 years ago, and now she has been just home, and now she's here. She's taking care of my sister because she gave birth to twins, and she has been here for more than 1 month. And she left my dad alone. All right, this is what my mom did. She left my dad alone back home. So today I was telling her that, Mom, why you're not going back to your husband? Didn't you miss your husband? And my mom, she said, no, I didn't miss her. And I told her, do you know that your husband misses you so much? And she was like, no, he didn't tell me. He didn't miss me. I was like, no, men, we don't really speak. We don't really tell those things. No. Except me. He said, men, we don't really say those things. They just suck it up and they don't say, but he missed you. He has been alone for 1 month, guys. 1 month plus. So my mom, she was like, no, I need to be here. And I was like, Mom, your husband also needs you there. You need to go back to your husband and be with your husband. He missed you. And so I was teasing my mom. I was like, you know what? At this point, if you don't want to go back home, you guys better separate. They've been together for almost 40 years, and I was telling them to separate. I was like, it's better to separate. You guys, you don't miss each other for 1 month. I was like, no, this is wicked. You need to miss each other. You have to. All right. Yeah. And then, so what I didn't stop there. I went to call my dad, and I said, Dad, you need to tell your wife you missed her. You really need to tell her, because she don't know that you missed her. And I asked my dad, I was like, do you miss her? My dad was like, yes, I missed her. And I was like, but why are you not telling her? It's like, oh, you know, I'm like, go and tell her right now. Tell her that you miss her. So my dad, he called her in the evening, but I don't know if he told her that I missed you, because, you know, old love, you know, they never even, I don't know, they never been told each other that I love you when they were getting together. Somebody just hooked them up together, and they met for the first time. That was the day of, you know, engagement, and then they got married later on. But they've been together since then. Pure love right there. Anyways, guys, well, I have people from Tanzania here. I see Tati Getachew. This is definitely this is Ethiopian right here, but shout out to Tanzania right there. Arranged marriage, yes. Red Sea, you're back. It's good to see you. You know, that's how it used to be back in the days. So they don't even miss each. I mean, they miss each other, but they cannot tell one another. I'm like, tell your husband you miss him. Still, they cannot tell. So what I'm gonna do is, maybe I'll create a group chat of me, dad, and mom, and then I'll tell them that, hey, dad, mama missed you, and I say, mama, daddy missed you too. You know, I'll try to do that. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining. Biniam Dibret Sadik. All right. I remember you say that you would love to join the live stream. Let me know if you want to join right now, because I really love to give you that spot right now, because this guy today, man, he encouraged me a lot in the afternoon as well. He donated a lot. He did this like 3 or 4 times, right? So I want to acknowledge that. And if you're out there, before I begin this conversation, I'll allow you to come here and to say hi and to have a little bit of conversation between me and you. Be a good person. Somebody said, asante kwa kuchochea harakati zako nzuri. No more upendo mkubwa kutoka kwa Ethiopia. Dang, Giga N, man, you know Swahili. Come on, somebody, Swahili to the world right there. It's African language right there. Asante sana kwa hicho Kiswahili. It's African language. That's good. Guys, if I speak Swahili here, people, they're not going to realize, they're not going to understand me. All right, guys, so I'm going to share this link for you, for only you, for now. But everybody else, you guys will join, all right? Because I haven't even set a stage for today's, what we're going to talk about. But I also want to acknowledge everybody who is outside there, you know, marching for no more. All right, you guys are heroes of Africa. You guys are fighting for Africa. You guys are standing there for Africa. You guys are representing us on the ground. And I'm here representing all of you online. And you guys who are joining me here right now, you also represent One Africa movement and No More movement on the online. And we are doing it. So that's good. We're spreading the... And I got to tell you this, guys. The more you subscribe to this channel, the more you share, the more you like these videos, they will get a lot of algorithm on YouTube. So a lot of people will be able to see it. These videos will go back and forth. Because right now, people, they're wondering, what is this No More? So if they go to YouTube and they write No More, they will find our videos. So the only thing you need to do is to subscribe and to like this video and share this video as much as you can in WhatsApp group, in Facebook, in, I don't know if you guys can share on, what is that? This is... Forgot. Telegram. I don't know if you can share the links because I've never used it. Yeah. Let me read some questions. I mean, some answer here. I sent some answer. Guys, I slept 1 hour, so cut me some slack, all right? I might not be able to speak well, but Ethiopia initiative contribute to Africa. Africa needs young people like you right now. Thank you, Victory, for the black people. This is what I said. I appreciate for saying that. Oh, okay. Let me talk to Bini Yamu a little bit before I begin. Bini Yam, man, welcome to the come on, brother. Man, no, come on, brother.
Hey,
you know,
man,
people
how you
usually when
doing?
they come here for the first time, they don't really show their face. Not all of them, some of them, but I appreciate, man, for showing your face. How are you,
Hey,
brother?
man, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for becoming the voice for the
Yeah.
voiceless.
Hmm.
I really do.
Man, I really appreciate because you give me strength. You strengthen me to keep doing what I'm doing for what you're doing out there. You know what I'm saying? So I
Amen.
really
Amen.
appreciate what you're doing too, because you are
Amen.
you're encouraging me to keep doing what I'm doing. I feel like I have people who are behind me, who are with me, and we're doing this together. So I really appreciate that.
Amen. Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
can't wait to discuss everything you want to discuss today.
that's amazing. Where are you right now?
Right now, I'm living in Las Vegas,
Mm-hmm. All right.
Nevada. I came here like 3 years ago. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah.
What are you doing there?
I go to UNLV. It's a university here. I study architecture.
Is it masters?
No, it's just a BA.
Undergrad. Oh man, and it's only 3 years program.
Hello? What was that? Sorry.
It's Oh, I'm asking, is it 3 years program or more than that?
Yeah, it's a 4 year course, and I only study
Uh-huh.
three, so one more to go.
One more to go. And originally, where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Ethiopia. I came here
Oh,
in 2018. Yeah.
okay. And are you gonna go back home
When I'm done, yes, but not now.
when you're done? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, definitely. And what about the? Are you guys going outside there today, or there are people outside already? Because I know in a lot of states, people will be outside marching for no more movement.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in Las Vegas, I'm not aware of any, demonstrations, but this is the
Oh,
least we can do together because
yes, yes,
this
yes.
is a very serious
Mm.
problem for us.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how our brothers and sisters from Ethiopia, getting together and raising their voice right now about what's going on, and it's just motivating to a lot of Africans out there. And you can see as days goes on, a lot of people are involved in the movement. What do you have to say about that? About what's going on right now? Hello.
Sorry.
My mother stays good. Did you hear my question?
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no worries, no worries. I said, it's very motivating to see, what Ethiopian are doing right now, by stepping up and standing up for their nation, for the continent, and a lot of people right now they're involved from all over the world. What do you have to say about that? Everything that's going on right now?
Yeah, everything's going on right now is very important, not only in Ethiopia, but for the rest of
Mm,
Africa,
mm,
because this is where Ethiopia draws the line in the sand and say, hey, we're not going
mm,
to allow anyone
mm,
to come
mm,
and say, hey, this is how you're going to live, and you're going to be our puppet,
mm,
and you're going to have to be okay with it. That's the main
mm,
clash between Abiy Ahmed's
mm,
government and
mm,
foreign interventionists, because
mm,
they were on Ethiopia's side, but now
mm,
that Abiy made it clear that he cannot be a puppet, they
mm,
are turning against him. So it's very important, not only for Ethiopia, but for Africa, how we handle this. Because if they defeat Ethiopia on this foreign intervention war,
mm,
then no other country is safe at this point. So it's
mm,
very important for us to say no
yeah,
more. And when we
mm,
say it, I think it's important to say, we're not hating America. We're hating
mm,
um, their foreign intervention that is making us suffer.
mm,
And I think it's very important what's going on right
mm.
now.
Yeah. It's very important for Africa, for the current and future generation of Africa. And but what is really bothering me? I didn't know this until today. I didn't know how much Africa is divided even right now. Okay, I've always known that Africa is very divided, but today I was looking at this one conversation. You guys can check it out. I know these, we say, they are fake medias, and because of what they always bring out on the table, we talk about CNN, we talk about BBC, we talk about Al Jazeera. So today, right before this, I was looking at one interview that it was done by Al Jazeera. They call this session "Look Inside," and they have two Africans there, like one from Kenya, another one from Nigeria, and then they have one American. I was listening to that, and it's crazy how I realized that, man, Africa, we're divided, because even in this crisis right now, there are people who still thinking that America, they want the best for Ethiopia. There are people who think like that in Africa right now, that Americans, they're there to easing the damage that is about to happen. And there are people who we believe that, no, they're actually there to take advantage of the situation. They have that reputation for a long time, and that's what we have seen everywhere. And that is happening right now. And another thing that really scared me, we all know what happened before in Libya. And so the way that they were talking about, even that representative from America, it's crazy that he thinks that they actually helped Libya by killing Gaddafi up to this moment, like right now. So I was really surprised. Do you think this is something that for yourself as well, you see that there's this division among ourselves?
Yeah, the division is scary, because you said it yourself earlier. The problem is not the foreign intervention. The problem is the traitors from within. So let me give you a little bit of a history. Maybe you know this. So there was this emperor called Emperor Theodosius II.
Oh, I love that guy.
And yeah, you know him, right? He killed himself because there was an expedition against him. So what you have to understand is no other country, countries understand that you cannot invade Ethiopia and conquer it for too long, right? So what they will do is they're going to find a traitor within your country, and then they are going to use them against you to forward their agenda. So what they did back then was they contacted a person named Johannes IV, and they told him, hey, we're going to give you everything you want. Just let us pass through easily. And he agreed. He agreed, and he said, okay, I'm going to allow you to come in through the Red Sea, through Eritrea. Eritrea was part of Ethiopia back then. And he said, I'm going to allow you to come in. Yeah. So he said, I'm going to allow your forces to come through Eritrea and Tigray region to attack the capital back then, which I think was in Magdala. And the troops just walked in. They didn't do anything. They just simply walked in all the way without any resistance. So because of that, they were surprised and they lost.
Yeah.
So that is something that is happening right now, because when foreign countries want to forward their agenda, they're going to use our own people against us.
Exactly.
So that is very disturbing to see. But that's not going to happen, because Abiy Ahmed has the entire country behind him. And as long as you have that, that is not going to happen.
So do you really think that everyone, you really think that everyone is, of course, taking out the TPLF, do you think everyone is behind him, is with him?
Yes, I do believe everyone's behind him. And as for the TPLF, here's the thing. For 3 years after they lost their central power, Abiy Ahmed tried everything he could to resolve this peacefully, politically. For 3 years, they have been working their hardest to wreak havoc in the country. Week after week, we used to hear deaths. 30 people die in Benshangul, 20 people die here, 30 people die here. And the rest of the country was in turmoil. And somehow, the Tigray region was the most peaceful region in Ethiopia. And even the TPLF was saying, well, Tigray is the only peaceful region in Ethiopia. And this leader is not fit to lead because, there are deaths everywhere. But the truth is, they were inciting that violence themselves. On his very first rally as a prime minister, they tried to assassinate him. That would have been a good cause to go to war, but he didn't. They killed the highest ranking chief of staff of the army. That would have been a good cause to go to war, but he didn't. They killed the regional government president of Amhara region. In America, they call it a governor. That would have been a good cause to go to war, but he didn't.
Thank. Oh.
And he went to Mekelle to talk to Debretsion, the rebel leader. He went to Aksum, holding hands with him. They went to Hawassa for national dialogue. Nobody paid attention. And his resilience, his patience was misinterpreted as fear. And everyone has a breaking point, even Abiy did. So when they attacked the Northern Command, no other country would tolerate that. So he responded. So that's what happened. And it's very unfortunate. That's an oversimplified version, but that's just what happened in a nutshell.
Yeah. And thank you so much for everything that you said. And I want to ask you, do you see okay, this is a difficult question. It's that question. Do you see a united Ethiopia? You as an Ethiopian, and I'm talking about all these different ethnicity. Thank you, Jira. Thank you so much. Thank you. All this ethnicity like Oromo, Tigrayan, Amhara, and other there are Somali Ethiopians in Jigjiga, right? Do you see a united Ethiopia?
When I see Ethiopia, I see a united Ethiopia, but I also see a handful of poisoners of goodwill. That's the problem.
What do you mean by that?
Because there are people in the Oromia region that are trying to uprise against the current prime minister. There are people in Benshangul, everywhere, that are trying to partner with the TPLF to overthrow this government. And don't get me wrong, Abiy is not a perfect prime minister, but at the moment, he is our best bet. There's no other Ethiopian politician that can come close to what he's capable of doing. Abiy Ahmed not only understands geopolitics, he understands that you have to play it well, or else you're either going to die like Gaddafi, or you are going to maintain your national pride. So as for your question, yes, I think a lot of Ethiopians are behind him. And I want to say this as loudly as I can, because as a Tigrayan, the TPLF does not represent us. Because for 27 years...
I don't know. So you are Tigrayan, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I love this already. I love this, brother. I love this so much, because somebody here was here yesterday by the name of, I think maybe you have seen in the comment section.
I remember him. He's a fake account.
And it was like, you need to bring here, more Tigrayan, to talk about this, because most of the people that they're here, they're just supporters of Abiy. I'm really glad that I have you here. Please, you can carry on.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here too. So, so to reiterate, the TPLF does not represent Tigrayan people, because for 27 years while they were in power, Tigrayans did not have water. They did not have clean water. They did not have better infrastructure. They were only benefiting their self and their inner circle. And once they lost their position in the central government, they were like, oh, we're going to retreat back to Tigray and pretend like we're there for the people. So, these people are terrorists, textbook terrorists. And it's important to separate the TPLF against the Tigrayan, because, all terrorists are Muslims, as you know, but all Muslims are not terrorists.
That's true.
The same way, every TPLF member is Tigrayan, like me, but every Tigrayan is not TPLF. So I really hope that most Ethiopians can draw a comparison between the Tigrayan people that just want to live peacefully, that just want clean water, that don't want food, versus the TPLF that is using Tigrayans to launch a bloody war in our country.
Man, I cannot imagine, because do you think there are other people? Do you think there are other people who believe that like when they just see Tigrayan, they don't trust. They think that, oh, these are TPLF. Do you see that tension, in Ethiopia, because you're coming from that region?
Yeah. So when I left, it wasn't as bad as it is now. But
Yeah.
my friends tell me that, just because you're Tigrayan, you're being targeted. But the problem is, what they don't understand is, right now, thousands of Tigrayans are being detained in Addis Ababa. And
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you the reason why. Because when the TPLF want to wreak havoc in your city, they don't send
Yeah.
troops first. They send
Yeah.
their informants. They send their helpers first. So
Yeah.
in the city, they
Yeah.
have a wide and strong network of their own informants
Yeah.
ready to receive them, ready
Yeah.
to send out information,
Mm.
look at access points and weaknesses.
Mm.
So the government was monitoring them, in my opinion, and
Yeah.
they caught them. And when they were
Mm.
caught, they weren't caught
Mm.
with, empty hands. They had
Yeah.
satellite, radios. They
Uh,
had money that,
uh,
is illegitimate. They had
uh,
weapons. They had bombs.
uh,
So they're not arrested because they're Tigrayan. They're arrested because they were assisting the TPLF and um, um, assisting the TPLF, and
yeah.
they just happen to be Tigrayans.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I really thank you for clarifying that, because yesterday, if you were here, I think you have seen that as well. That question, actually somebody like raised up that question and saying that why a lot of Tigrayan are detained in Addis Ababa.
Yeah,
Ask them why, and I remember I asked here, and it was quite of a discussion. But I want to ask you this question. This is another perspective, because about the same thing about unity, in Ethiopia.
yeah,
So do you this is your personal opinion, right?
hmm
Because we all have our personal opinion, and for me, I always believe that our voice matters, and we need to raise our voice.
exactly.
So from your perspective, do you think the only solution for Tigrayan, Amhara, and the rest of Ethiopia to be at peace is by dividing these two places, like to let them have their own way? Or do you think there is still a hope for Tigrayan people to still be part of Ethiopia? Because it is Ethiopia. Like, you guys are Ethiopian, but there are people in your side that they think that no, we are not Ethiopian, and we want to have our own country, right? So do you
Yeah.
think that is the only solution to solve this crisis? That okay, we just need to separate this thing to ease it down, or you think there's still hope, and all these people who are saying that Ethiopia is not Tigrayan, they don't really represent all Tigrayan? Like, what is your thought on that?
Yeah. Before I answer that, I just want to acknowledge that this question is a very important question, a very well crafted question.
Mm,
And in my opinion, it raises above all the other questions. So
yeah.
before I answer that, let's talk about Eritrean independence, right?
Okay.
Eritrea decided to become
I love
independent.
it.
That is very
Mm,
good. But
mm,
what you have to understand is Eritrea is stuck in the 1980s now.
mhm,
Millions of Eritreans, I think around 700,000 or 1 million, which is like a
mm,
quarter of their population,
mm,
left the country. They
mm,
fled to Tigray region
mm,
because the conditions there are unspeakable. And there are
mm,
many Eritrean immigrants across the world because you cannot live and prosper in Eritrea
mm,
at the moment because of
mm,
a government that is almost the same as the TPLF.
mm,
And to give you a little bit of a background history, the
mm,
EPLF, the Eritrean
mm,
People Liberation Front, and the TPLF were a
mm,
very small insurgent group in the northern
mm,
part of Ethiopia. So if you
mm,
want to go back a little bit, you have to
mm,
understand the Soviet Union. Okay.
mm,
So
mm,
the Soviet Union was expanding for global domination, right?
mhm,
And
mhm,
during
yes.
that time, the
Mm,
last emperor of Ethiopia,
mm,
Emperor Haile Selassie, I saw him on your Twitter cover, if I'm not mistaken,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Emperor
Yeah.
Haile Selassie
Mm,
and JFK met in
mm,
Washington, D.C.
mm,
Fast forward a few months later, both
mm,
men were killed
mm.
by their own lead, no, no, by their own citizen
Oh
at the
yeah, that's true.
behest of the Soviet Union.
Uh,
So both leaders were dead because the Soviet Union used their own citizens against them. There
mm,
you go. This is a very
mm.
powerful image.
Yeah, it's a powerful
So,
picture. Mm,
uh, America understood that this global push, global dominance of the Soviet Union could not be tolerated. So
mm,
America and other countries decided to respond. And long story short, the Soviet collapsed.
Yeah.
But before that, the Soviet Union tried to create a communist regime in Ethiopia, and they succeeded. So the government before the TPLF was known as the Derg, and it was a communist regime. And that communist regime was friends with Russia and, North Korea. And America was Ethiopia's ally. And I still believe America is Ethiopia's ally. And at that moment, America came to Ethiopia's rescue secretly. How did they do it? They helped the EPLF and the TPLF gain power. So long before they gained power, there was this important figure in this story named as Meles Zenawi, who was in London already writing a constitution long before they were, in Addis. So long story short, they seized power, new constitution, democracy, blah, blah, blah. And for 27 years, they led the country with an iron grip. There was an election in 2010 where they won, I think, 95% of the seats in the parliament. And then 5 years later, they said they won 100% of the seats in the parliament.
Dang.
That is just bizarre and fake. And that tells you everything you need to know about their iron grip on Ethiopia's social, economic, and political structure. So to answer your question, right now, I don't think the government should negotiate with them because the time for negotiation has passed. It's long past due. And if Tigrayans decide to be independent, I'm a Tigrayan. Independence is not going to lead us to nowhere. Independence against the TPLF, I'm down for it. But the problem is the TPLF, if they decide to take Tigray with them, it's going to be a problem because the TPLF cannot peacefully coexist with Eritrea, with neighboring Amhara, with neighboring Afar. And if you can't do that, how are you going to continue as a country? Because when you're a country, you need to import goods from across the world and export goods across the world. How will you be able to do that when you cannot make peace with Amhara, with Afar, with Eritrea? They cannot possibly survive as a country. And mark my words, if they become independent, millions of Tigrayans will flee back to Ethiopia, back to Amhara, because the living conditions are going to be horrific. So that is not the solution. The solution is removing the TPLF from the equation. Then we can talk about national unity, dialogue, blah, blah, blah. But right now, it's important to remove the TPLF from the equation.
Yeah. So I wanna hear you. What is your what do you want to tell? What do you want to say to the rest of Ethiopians? You as a Tigray, right? What do you want to say to everybody who is watching and listening right now?
Right now, I want to first, since I'm in the United States, I'd like to say that this is a great country. The people are great. And to a certain extent, the government is a good government. If you must object the policies, not the policymakers. And I see a lot of people being disillusioned with the United States government. I don't think that's fair. I heard there were some instances where people, were burning the American flag. That is burning a flag where, a flag that Americans care about. And you're essentially burning American values, which is really bad. America was Ethiopia's ally. So I want to first address that hating America is not going to solve the problem. It's only going to make things worse. So the best thing to do is going out, saying no more, and voicing your concern because you're in America. I can say this freely without impunity because I have the freedom of speech.
Yeah.
But just because you have the freedom of speech does not mean, you
can
cannot
abuse
remain
it.
silent.
Yeah.
So long story short, the most important thing to do is not hating against America and Americans. The second thing is, as a Tigrayan, I feel bad. I think there's a fire alarm.
Oh,
Yeah. I guess we're gonna have to leave.
oh man, I love this guy right here.
Yeah, I guess.
No
I guess
worries,
we can
no.
talk later.
Oh, all right, all right.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Well, thank you, brother. I love you, man, and thank you for coming here and raise your voice. This is amazing. I think, yeah, you guys who are here and listening, I really hope that you guys you really listen to him because, um, personal, I learned a lot, and as I always say that everybody has a voice, and your voice matters. Yes, your voice matters. And someone yesterday was just asking for Tigran to come here, and I said, this is what I said. I said I'm trying to reach out to her Meta because I want to talk to her, right? And I want to have this conversation with her, but it didn't happen because she hasn't seen my Twitter yet. She's really busy with this thing happen. But today, man, I didn't talk to this guy, so I didn't know. Like I really didn't know that he's Tigran. And as you saw, just welcome here, and then we started the conversation. The conversation turned to interview, and he's here. He's right here. You're outside now.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Is there a fire
Hello?
there? Hey, hello. I can hear you, brother. Is
I
there
don't
a
think I
fire
can hear
there?
you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to wrap this up some other time. Sorry.
Okay, I can hear you, but you were about to say something about as a Tigran. What is
Oh
that?
yeah,
Can
so
you
I'm not
finish
sure
with
if you
that?
can hear me, but
I can hear
as a
you.
Tigrayan, I I I believe that the TPLF is is extremely bad for our country and for the region.
Mm,
And I understand what other countries, are concerned about.
mm,
They're concerned about, this war escalating to, the entire of East Africa and destabilizing Somalia, Sudan, and other countries. And
mm,
that's a valid concern. But at the end of
mm.
the day, you cannot negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah,
America did not negotiate with ISIS. They did not negotiate with
yeah.
Al Shabaab. They did not negotiate with Al Qaeda. And the
Mm,
TPLF is the same for us. So we cannot
mm,
allow them to be the poisoner of goodwill. And
mm,
once we remove them from the equation, we can talk
mm.
about Tigrayans and other ethnicities of Ethiopia coexisting together.
Yeah. I want to ask you. I want to ask you another question.
Yes, sir.
If you can hear me, then why do you think you know that America? They always say that they don't negotiate with terrorists, but why do you
What was that?
think?
Sorry.
Uh, as you know, that America don't negotiate with terrorists, right?
Yes, sir.
But why do you think America is supporting TPLF right now, and all the delusion that's going on in the media about
Hmm.
Ethiopian situation? What do you think
Yeah.
that's the case? Mm,
So I'm not sure if I clearly heard your question, but I feel like you said something like, why is the United States government helping or letting or pressuring Ethiopia to negotiate with these terrorists?
mm,
I think there are multiple reasons for this, and one of the first reasons for this will be the fact that the United States might not be happy with the current Abiy government because
mm,
the previous administration uh, and the previous Trump administration somehow, by some miracle, um, was working with the Ethiopian Prime Minister
mm,
to help remove the TPLF and stop them
mm,
from destroying our country. The
mm,
current administration, however, believes that we can resolve this peacefully
mm,
and politically, but that
mm.
that it's too late for now.
That's that is against their own belief. That's against their own belief
Exactly.
because they don't negotiate with terrorists. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So you're
mm,
right. It's against their own belief, but at the end of the day, you can, unless you're involved in the geopolitical drama, you can
mm,
never really understand what is going on. So in
yeah,
my opinion, I think what's really going on is that
mm,
they might not be pleased with Abiy's government towards them because
yeah,
they would like him to be, you know,
submissive.
obedient to them.
Yeah.
When they want their
some multinational company drilling oil in Ethiopia, and Abiy saying, "Hey, that's
Yes.
not fair. I'm not going to allow that." That might have caused a rift. I don't know what happened, but what I do know is that they do not like that Abiy is not, bending to their will. So they're doing everything they can to twist his arm into submission. So I think if Abiy suddenly says, "Hey, I'm gonna do whatever you say, I'm gonna be on your side," then they're gonna say all of a sudden, "Hey, the TPLF is bad. We need to remove them," and they're gonna help Ethiopia. So
Yeah.
I don't know the real reason why, but this is just a supposition.
I'll tell you what I love about the Prime Minister is the spirit he has and what he stands for, Pan-Africanism, and his belief about Africa's ability to handle their own issues and to deal with their own problem. That's the reason why I think these are kind of leaders that we need in Africa, and I
Yeah.
know that not all of them they are perfect, but this is kind of mentality that we need, that we can stand, we can do things on our own without the interference,
Yeah.
because we are capable and we don't need that interference. So that's one of the reasons why I support that. I wonder what about you?
So here's the thing. In order to understand how Abiy came to power, you need to understand how America saved Ethiopia, basically. So there is this guy named Donald Yamamoto. I'm not sure if you know him, but he was like Jeffrey Feltman.
No, I don't know.
Jeffrey Feltman is the special envoy to the U.S. He's currently in Ethiopia. He is like the special envoy for Horn of Africa. So he's in Ethiopia right now,
Jeff,
trying to
Jeff,
promote for
yeah,
peace.
Jeff. I had an interview with him the other day. The Jeff Pierce. We're talking about Jeff Pierce, right?
Not Jeff Pierce. His name is
Uh,
no. Jeffrey Feltman. Sorry, I lost my train of
no,
thought.
no, I
Yeah,
don't know. I
so
don't know.
he's a very important figure if you want to understand him. There's a video of him at Meles Zenawi's funeral, and I think he made a speech on the Institute of Peace here in the United States about the situation in Ethiopia. So if you understand him, you can understand what America's intentions are in Ethiopia. So there is this guy named Donald Yamamoto, and he pretty much, him and certain American senators basically cherry picked Abiy Ahmed because there was so in 2016 President Obama became the first sitting U.S. president to visit Ethiopia and the African Union, which is in Ethiopia. And fast forward 2 years later, there was a popular protest in Oromia region, and in an event called Eritrea. Eritrea is like the Thanksgiving for the Oromo culture, if I'm not mistaken. And the TPLF ruthlessly killed innocent protesters, showing this gesture, and the TPLF slaughtered them. And that did not make things, it just made things worse and worse and worse. And after that, they said, okay, in order to quiet this down, we need to appoint an Oromo prime minister as a puppet, as a symbol. And we can do whatever we want behind the shadows. Whatever we say to him, he's going to do. So with the pressure of America and a lot of convincing and a lot of political maneuvering that I don't have time to discuss, they helped Abiy Ahmed gain power. And when Abiy came to power, everybody loved him, including the TPLF, because he helped stabilize things, and everybody loved the reforms he had in mind, myself included. But on his very first rally, they were trying to kill him. Or not even kill him, but I think they were trying to send a message saying, hey, you crossed the line, we're here. You're going to have to feel our presence. So they even sent a group of commandos, highly trained commandos, to the National Palace. Some of them, were told, hey, you're going to have to ask for a raise. Some of them don't even know why they're there. They were just sent there to fight. And the deputy prime minister, Demeke Mekonnen, calmed them down a little bit, and Abiy Ahmed discussed with them. Any other African prime minister would have started to fight a war against those commandos. But Abiy Ahmed discussed with them. He talked them down. He pitched them the vision, and he even did push-ups with them. I'm sure you can find the picture of him doing push-ups with the same men that were sent to kill him. So yeah, I think that's the reason why America is really not happy with him, because they were like, at the end of the day, they appointed him, and I'm sure he might not be returning that favor. So that's why they are upset with him.
Well, brother, I wanna really appreciate you for coming here today. You know, this was not really planned interview, but it turned out to be one of the best conversations I've had. So I want to appreciate you for your voice, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you too. And I hope you can keep on going with this No More movement, because that's the best thing we can do right now. Yeah. We cannot, we don't wield constitutional authority. So this is the best thing we can do as citizens. And I really appreciate you for doing this, because at the end of the day, you can say, oh, it's none of my business. I'm not Ethiopian. But this concerns you too as an African, because when a foreign government is pressuring you to negotiate with terrorists, that is not good. So I appreciate you for speaking up against this, even when others were saying, oh, it's none of your business, you're not Ethiopian. They pulled that card because they don't have a valid reason, valid fact to go against you. So they use something to, you know, break you down and discourage you. And guess what? Don't be discouraged, because this thing might even happen to Tanzania. So keep going. Don't give up. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
No, man, I appreciate, man. I love you, brother. I love you, brother. And please come often. I love you so much, man.
Thank you, man. I love you too.
All right. Peace. Stay safe, man. All right. You too. Oh, guys, come on, man. Come on, guys. I can stop right here, finish right here, and everything is fine. This is the good question. You're asking this question right now, John Divine, and I'll finish the conversation. But this is a good question. John Divine, today I've seen one guy from Nigeria. So I was asking him if you told him to come here. There's another Nigerian here I saw, and it's just beautiful. This is a good question. You know, this was such a powerful conversation, because America, they only stand with this one thing. They say that America don't negotiate with terrorists. And from the conversation that I heard, it seems like TPLF, they came to power 27 years ago because of the support from America. And until to this point, up to this point, America still, they cannot acknowledge that TPLF is a terrorist group. They still cannot acknowledge that. And they want Ethiopia to negotiate with them. Maybe because they have some sort of, how can I say, debt from them, you know, for those 27 years. I don't know. Like, I don't really know what's really going on, but why you cannot stand for your own values. So the interview that I was watching today, why it was so important for me to watch is because this guy, he came here and he was talking about, the secretary from the US, who is all over the place. He in Africa. He has a tour in Africa. All right, he has a tour in Africa. He went to. Let me see. There's something here going on, and then I'll tell you this. Yeah, this guy was so brave. All right. So this American leader who is touring right now across Africa, all right, who's touring now across Africa, this guy, he actually went to Kenya, he went to Nigeria, and he's going to Senegal as well. All right. He's having those tours. And this is what he said when he was in Nigeria. He says that this current administration, I wish I can show you this video, but I'm not going to show. I'm just going to summarize a little bit. Maybe you guys can watch if you want later on. Let me see if I can find. What he was saying that this current administration, this video was uploaded 2 days ago. This current administration, Okay, he says this current administration, he is trying to have like 50-50 partnership with Africa. That's what he says. Say he's trying to find a partnership that will both benefit Africa and the US, which personally I don't believe. I don't believe. Let me just say that I don't believe, because it never happened, and it cannot just happen just all of a sudden like that. It cannot happen. And one of the panel member, he raised something that was really important and very good. He said, Joe Biden has been in the power right now almost 1 year, right? And just the fact that seeing him coming right now and visiting Africa, it shows how they see Africa. That Africa is a place where the issues about Africa, they always decide in Washington, D.C. If he wanted to have 50-50 with Africa, he was supposed to come here a long time ago, not right now, and to seek for that opportunity. But right now, it's hard to believe their intention, because it seems like there's a tension that's going on between the US and China. There's a lot of tension going on. All right. And it seems like China, I already told you that a couple of days ago, China became the superpower in the world. It's overtake of America. And it seems like China, it has so many different projects that's going on around the continent of Africa, everywhere. And that is a threat. So they're trying to actually get back to their feet right now. And it's almost too late because of the reputation. And people are waking up. They're saying, no, no, no. And it's not happening. Right. So it's really hard to believe on what he's standing right now and what he's saying, or what they are saying. And it doesn't really make sense, because what he's saying and what is happening in Ethiopia is totally different. And that's why we say no more. So let me take a moment. And I want to say this for everybody who is watching here. I said this yesterday, and I'll say this again. Let's give each other a chance. Let's give each other a chance, man. We're not here to judge anyone, but we are here to raise our voice. And we raise our voice. So if someone come here and they have their point of views, they have their suggestion, they have their voice, who are you to judge their opinion? Who are you to judge their identity? Who are you to judge who they are? It's not up to us. It's not up to us, because you don't believe that some other people are working. Like you can have actually Tigrayan who actually believe in the good of Ethiopian people, all in general. We gotta give each other a chance. We gotta give each other a chance. Because if it is me, then why should I fool you? For what? For what purpose? For what reason? Why? And not only that, showing my face. This brother who came here, he showed his face and he says, Trigan, why he has to fool us? There's a lot of people who are watching here, they pretty much know him. And if he's not Tigran, then why? Like, it doesn't make sense. Someone is not even hiding their identity, and then we want to not believe. This is a problem with Africa. We need to give each other a chance. We need to. Like, we really need to. Because there's actually good people out there. Maybe you have been through, maybe we have been, I might have been through something like people. There's this one it says, if you have been bitten by a snake, even if you touch a leaf, you're gonna be scared and feel like, oh, this is snake. You'll be scared of the leaf. You'll be scared of anything that will touch you because you have experience with the snake. And that's what happens a lot of us. But the point is, let me first of all thank for people who are donating here. We have some new membership coming in. I appreciate Robel Getachew. I've seen a lot of Getachew. I appreciate for joining member. Sheep, you guys, you can join as well. In the comment, I have the link in the live stream comment right there. So please, you can go and join. You can go and donate. You can go and subscribe right there as well. Yeah, so I want to appreciate for those super chat that are coming in, and for the membership as well. All right, you guys keep doing that. What we're talking about today, the bigger problem here, the big problem that we have in Africa, and I said this in the afternoon session today, and I'll say it again here, it's traders. It's not even Westerners. It's not even America. It's not even Chinese. Not that. It's not that. Oh, guys, we're about to hit 170. It's not even that. Let's hit it right now, guys. Right here. I still have like, 43, 42 now. The problem that we have are traders, people who are working with outsiders, and people who are literally drawing the line, drawing the map line of our continent, of our countries. And these are people that they are close to the government, some of them they are within in the system. And it's really hard to trust, man. It's really hard to trust. That's why I always say here, man, guys, we really need to pray for our leaders, man. You really need to pray for the leaders. You really need to pray for, we really need to pray for our leaders, man. Because our leaders, they're in difficult position. They're in difficult position. Let me show you my face. Some of you all are there and are just blaming people, just blaming this leader, blaming that. You should have done. But man, you're not in that position, man. You're not in that position. This is what I tell people all the time who don't like what I do. I tell them, guys, if you don't like what I do, go and do something better than what I do. If you don't like what I do and how I do, go and do something better than me. You can start, you can do it, and then you will see. You will see. But I love this. I'm passionate about this. And even when I sleep for 1 hour, I still have a strength because of things like this. If I wasn't here, man, we wouldn't have this interview right now. All right, let's go to the bigger picture right now. Let's look at the bigger picture. It was a good interview, but now I want to talk about the movement and what's going on right now. No more. When you track back and you look at things that have been happening in Africa, in our countries, every single African, and most of them, they don't really know what has been happening. But every single African will stand there and say no more. No more to the US government and interfering, and no more to all those Westerners' influence in our continent. They will say it. In the afternoon, I shared with you how our heroes have been assassinated. Crazy, like dogs. It's more than dogs. It's more than dogs, because people, they care a lot and they love dogs. Like meat, like a piece of meat. Even a piece of meat, you're not gonna short and then cut it into a million pieces and then putting acid. Like a dead body. Not even dead body. You can respect a dead body. How can I, take an example of death of Patrice Lumumba. How can I compare? Like, treated like what? Oh, maybe treated like a garbage. Yes, garbage. Because you take it away, you go to burn with the fire. You don't like it at all. And what I'm asking myself is, man, what kind of human being are you? Where is humanity? How can you even do that? And that's not a long time ago. It happened with Gaddafi just recently. And 5 days ago, I saw the son of Gaddafi. He's going to run for president of Libya. I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't know about this guy. I think I'm just going to need to find more about him. And oh, thank you so much, Asante. Thank you. I got a cake here. I'm going to need to find more about him to read his policies. I'm going to find more about him. And maybe another day when I come, I'll talk about him, the son of Gaddafi. Okay. Wow, Sinte, Ethiopia, appreciate you joining as a member. I've seen you right now. I think this is like the 3rd day. I've seen you coming, commenting, and participating, and now you're a member. Welcome to the team. That's a big team. I got a cake here, guys. So thank you, Sinte. So I'm gonna need to read about the son of God, but I know, man, this I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna say, man. Because I can't imagine, man. Just 10 years ago, his dad was killed, humiliated outside the street. He was beaten and killed on the spot with his brother. And then, I don't know, man, what I'll be feeling, man. Man, even if you're, man, I don't know, man. I really don't know. But maybe it could be the chance for another shot in Libya. It could be, man. After 10 years of suffering, long way of suffering, it could be. It could be. Can you share with me? Oh, okay. You want cake? All right. Right here. Sarah. This cake is really good. Tanzanian cake, guys, is amazing. Oh my goodness. I put it inside water. What's going on, guys? Give me a second. I need to pour this water. Okay. Abdi, what's up, man? I see you here right now. TPLF has attacked you, bro. Man, they're attacking me every day, actually. I say the other day that I receive a lot of threat on my social medias. That it's all right. And, you know, I'm standing against against anything that is killing people, because I believe in the life. Life is a gift given by God, and when you don't cherish it and you take it away, then I'm gonna stand against you. I'm gonna stand against you, no matter what. This is what I believe. No matter what, life should never be taken away. No matter what, because we don't give, we cannot take it. We don't give, we can't take it. It's as simple as that. You don't give life, you can't take life. There's only one person who can take life, and that's God. We don't give, we don't take it. We don't give, we don't take it. All right, let me read a little bit of comments here. The Western countries use traitors to kill visionary leaders like Thomas Sankara, Patrice Lumumba, Gaddafi, but we Africans are still sleeping. It's time to say no more. Exactly. 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 How many times are we going to sit down and watch our leaders going away? How many times are we going to stop, stand, and just watch like that and not doing anything? This is the time for no more. And that's why I fully support that, because I am tired of going on my Insta stories, writing things about things that are happening in Africa, or writing things about, oh, okay, we lost this leader again. Oh, this is happening in this country and that country. I'm tired of doing that. I want to have a peaceful country. I want to have a peaceful Africa. That's my desire, and that's what I want to have. That's what I want to have. America have more military bases in Africa than your money account balance. Man, I don't have any money in my account balance right now. The compromised leaders of Western countries killed our honest leaders. Man, always want somebody who can. Okay, let me say this. One Africa is a beautiful dream, but impossible because of different cultures and different religions. So what are you talking about? Okay, it's clearly my brother here, Mega. You are new here to Swahili Nation. I think you're new to the Swahili Nation, because if you have been here a long time with us, I think you understand, like, things that you point out. Like, okay, let me help you out because you're new. One Africa is beautiful dream, but impossible because of different cultures and different religions. So what are you talking about? The reason you mentioned that it's impossible to have one Africa, there are actually reasons to have one Africa. It's mindsets, it's perspectives. It's impossible because of different cultures. Because of different cultures, we can have one Africa. And different religions. Because of different religion, we can have Africa. Let me tell you this, just to prove that we're having one Africa right now. I am Tanzanian. It's different culture. How many Tanzanians are here in the house? A lot of people who are here watching, they're different cultures from me. Majority of people who are following me are not Tanzanians, are Ethiopians. Totally different cultures. You don't speak the same language. We don't eat the same food. You guys, you have Angela Dorowat, huh? And Tipsy. Is it Tipsy? Yeah. And I have Ugali here, Kande. You know what I'm saying? So the reason you mentioned for us not to have one Africa, it's actually the reason for us to have one Africa, because it's happening right now. Even here where we are. We have different religions here. We have a Muslim people here are watching. We have a Muslim people always coming here and share their thoughts. I'm a Christian. We have a Christian. And by the way, yes, Abdi is here. Abdi is here. Bro, you need to visit Jigjiga. Abdi is here. This guy here is a Muslim right here. Right, my bro, Jigjiga. Yes. And Abdi, I think by now you need to join and to become a member. And for you, my brother Abdi, for you, you need to go all the way to, to Swahili Nation Partner, $99.99 a month. But by this time, you need to join as a member, Abdi. The link is in the comment section on top right there. All right, Abdi, you need to do that. All right. And also remember this. So that's the thing that we need to pay attention on. And those things that you state as a reason for us not to have one Africa, they're actual reasons for us to have one Africa. Because the difference that we have, we need to embrace it. And the moment we embrace these differences, then we can have a strong and united Africa. When we're talking about one Africa, we're not talking about abandoning your culture, abandoning your norms, abandoning what you believe in. No, you're talking about you can embrace them. But awareness, you need to have that awareness and even perspective that, oh, that person who is not talking like me, who is not worshiping like me, who is not eating like me or living like me, he is actually my brother, even though we're different. So embracing one another, accepting one another, that's what we're talking about. It was possible to happen in European Union. Those guys that have European Union is stronger than African Union we have. Why not in Africa? Why not in Africa? And for some other guys, we really need to think about this. Those guys, they always agreed to some point. Remember, even the time during that meeting they have in Benin, is it Benin? Yeah, to take over Africa. Remember that meeting? Those guys, they were literally fighting over Africa, fighting over the continent. This French, this is my place. Oh, Germans, oh, this I'm gonna take this. Oh, British, I'm gonna take this. And everybody was fighting with one another. People from where is that? These people, Portuguese, they're like, this is for us, and this, but they always find a way to agree. So they divided, they put some boundaries, some fake boundaries by themselves. They did that, and then they're like, okay, that's your land, don't interfere this place. You British, take Kenya, and you Germans, you can take Tanzania for now. You whatever, take that. Mozambique, you Portuguese, take Mozambique. You French, take there, like Morocco, or take that area. So they always find a way to agree with one another, even in their dirtiness. Even in their dirty mind, they always find a way to work together. Why we cannot find a way for us to be together? Why? And that's what happened right now as well. If they divided Africa before, and now we're still struggling with those divisions that they were created by them, why don't we get rid of that? That means that's why we say this. We say this, man. We say this. This is what we talk about. Decolonize the mind. Decolonize the mind, because this is colonized mentality. We're still colonized. When you think about unity is impossible, it's being colonized. Our mind is colonized because these are things that were done by them. It's not by us. They came to divide us. And it was possible. In order to take advantage of Africa, they came and they divided us. They put those artificial boundaries. And we felt like, oh, they're not my brother and my sister. And now we think we cannot be united. No, we used to be one. That's why I know it's possible to be united, to be one Africa. And before I allow people to come in, I want to share this again. When we're talking about decolonize our mind, this is what I'm talking about. So I'm still talking to my friend here who commented that one Africa, what are you talking about? Man, I'm talking about one Africa, the Africa that is full with love, peace, and unity for Africa. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, Hiruta MK, welcome back. Yeah, this is a good question. She's raising up a good question. Do you think Americans or Chinese are united with no religion and culture? That's a good question. That's a very good question. All right, I think that question already answers everything. All right, I'll move on to this one. When we're talking about decolonize the mind, we're talking about removing all those truck that, you know, colonizers, they're not here, but their footstep, they're still here in Africa. They're still living here. They corrupted the system in a way that even after 50, 60 years, we're still struggling with the colonialism effects. And some of them, they don't even acknowledge that they've done so much damage in the African continent. We haven't even get past that, but they still want to come and to colonize us in other ways. So how can we get out of this? First of all, we need to change our softwares. We need to decolonize our mind. And these are the ways we can do. There's 3 lies that we believe for so long time, and we need to take them out of our system. The first lie, there are developed country and there are developing country. That's a lie straight from hell. It's not true. There's only developing country. There's only developing country. Only that. And all of us who want a fair share, all of us who want to gain something. Them, they're not developed. That's why they come to exploit Africa to develop themselves. They're not developed. We are all developing nations. That's first lie. And that helps us not to look down on ourselves. That, oh, we're a developing country, they're developed. No, it's not. We are all developing. Second lie, there's a first world country, third world countries, and third world countries. And when you talk about third world countries, you're talking about Africa. That's a lie, straight from the devil. There's only one world. Third world, what makes you think, make you feel that you're coming from the third world country and first world country? In what basis your first world country? That's why people, they always come and try. They say, no, we're going to come to support you guys so that you may be developed. No, we are all developing country. We are actually supporting them. They're not supporting us. That's the third lie. They say world is supporting Africa. No, Africa sustains the world. Sustain basically means strengthening physically and mentally. Physically and mentally. So they make us think as if they're supporting Africa, but in fact, Africa is supporting the world through our resources, through our manpower, through our air, through everything that we have here in Africa. We sustain the world. And the moment Africa wakes up and stand for themselves, I'm telling you, let me tell you something. How many projects have been done in Africa by Americans? How many projects have been done by Chinese in Africa? How many projects? If Africa wake up today, just today, I saw this news. Today, guys, let me see. Let me tell you this. Here in Tanzania, let me see if I can still see that story. Here in Tanzania, that guy, okay, it's not there anymore. Just today, here in Tanzania, they capture this one Chinese guy that he is working in the countryside there. He has been having a really big machine taking water away from the lake and doing some irrigation system. But that machine, it can take more than 100 million liters in just 1 hour. And he was doing that illegally and nobody knew it. And there's so many things like that are going on around the continent. Things that we're not even aware of. Things that they're actually taking stuff away from us. We're not even aware. So you are telling me that the world is supporting Africa. Why? You constantly come to Africa and trying to invest here, trying to find opportunities here, trying to take something away from here. Because there's no future in your continent. There's no future in your country. You find another future in somewhere else. Africa is a pure continent and you want to come, you take over that. No, it ain't going to happen. Refresh these 3 lies in your mind. Take them out. It's a lies straight from devil. All right. So I'm not going to stay here long for today, but I still want to give an opportunity for my people to come and to join here. So some people asking for the link to join live, to raise your voice. Remember, this is about no more. This is about One Africa. That's what we stand for. So the link I share in the comment section, if you come here and raise your voice, remember this, that our point is about a united Africa. Africa that is full of love, peace, and unity. Is it possible to have that? Yes, it's possible. It has been done before. It can be done again. It's possible. So yeah, please, you can welcome and raise your voice now as I'm eating my cake. My brother Abby.
Big man.
You never stop attacking me, man. What's wrong with you? I thought you're my brother.
Yeah, I'm your I'm your brother. I'm your cousin. I'm your You're everything, bro.
Actually, I remember that we already planned with you to come and to share about the financial stuff, right? Today.
Yeah.
So are you here to share that?
If you're, I don't have, I'm not prepared in terms of material, but I can just, talk, but not practically. Maybe we can do it another time, or maybe those who are watching us, are familiar to what cryptocurrency is,
So I think the good idea, what we can do is, I think it's good if we do another time when you have materials as well, because a lot of people just like me, we might not be aware of this. And also since what we have been talking about has been elevating to the movement that is going on right now. And today, so many, like more than, I believe more than 36 different, let me see this to be precise, people outside are standing and doing that. So there's something very significant today is happening around the world. And I think we can keep that momentum going on. And for you and for this, because this is very special, we need to give it a time for this, just for this one thing. All right, we need to give a time just for this one thing, not to mix files, for you to have a moment, to share this something very important that you're going to be sharing here with everybody. But for now, I think you can just say in summary what it's all about, and maybe we can come, because you're only possible on the weekends, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Next weekend. Yeah. Maybe we can move to the next weekend, and we can do it in the next weekend. But for now, you can talk a little bit in summary, like in 2 minutes, basically, of what you're gonna do, and then we're gonna continue with the topic.
Yeah. So for those, I think I'm just reading the comments as well. Maybe people are wondering who I am. I'm not just a special guy. I'm just a guy like you from Ethiopia, Somali region.
Come in, Professor Ezra.
Jijiga, yeah. And right now I live in Sweden, so I work in the education center sector, but I also have side hustle and invest in buy and sell cryptocurrencies, and I study blockchain and ecosystem. And I started with Forex forex trading, but in 2019. So I have been, I have had ups and downs, So when you are investing in money on the internet, there are a lot of risks. People just tell you the gains. They never tell you the losses and the struggles. So, but right now I buy. I don't buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the most famous, I think, and Ethereum. I don't buy Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I buy those projects that are not as expensive as Bitcoin. It may cost like less than $1, but it could have the potential to go to maybe $400, and maybe some of you. I see Solana, I see from my brother from Eritrea, Phantom as well. But yeah, so right now, my plan right now is to be financially free, and that's what we're all about. As Africans, we hustle. We are almost all of us. We want to be entrepreneurs. Not to work for anyone. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, as long as you have the access for internet, which I think is possible wherever you are. I think my hometown, Jijiga, or Ethiopia as general, is has worse internet if we compare to like even Somalia or Kenya or where you are in Tanzania. But anyway. It only needs internet, but also education. You have to learn what's blockchain, what are you investing really, what it is, what are the team that are behind the project, and what are their upcoming news and what's this really all about, So if it has a potential, then you bring your money and then you wait, you buy and just hold it for a specific time. It could be 1 year, it could be 6 months, say 6 months, and then you put every month, little bit from your money. So that's all I do, and I expect to see a lot of young king and queens from Africa who are millionaires, or at least financially free, that we can eradicate being poverty and asking money for other people. So I want to see happy Africa. I want to see I don't want to see young African king and queens who are dying in Libya, and the Sahara. So that's what I want to see from learn. Okay, we are in 2022, approaching 2022 very soon, and I think everything will go to online. We will not be working for, no one will be working for anyone. I think everything is moving to internet and technology. So we try to learn for technology. If you see the richest countries in the world are richer than the poorer countries because of the blockchain. For example, El Salvador is a country which is, I think they didn't even have a currency. Like maybe in Tanzania you have a currency, but if you compare to dollar, it's like nothing. If you change $100 into Tanzanian, you need a baby back, I guess. Uganda as well, Somalia as well. Ethiopian birr is losing its value. So I think cryptocurrency is the future currency, globally. But right now, El Salvador is using Bitcoin as their legal tender, or their official currency is Bitcoin. So they are building a Bitcoin city, a city called Bitcoin. So there won't be a tax. You won't pay a tax if you are living in that city, if you are investing in property or whatever it is. So I think our African countries or African leaders also should teach students in schools, about blockchain, how to make money, not how to work for someone else. They have to teach us how to make money by yourself, not how to work for someone. I think it's a slavery to work for someone else. Even it's not even a title to be an engineer. It's not even a title to be a doctor. Maybe a doctor, you are saving people's lives. But I don't like, for example, my brother is a master holder and is IT. But I don't really rate him. I respect his hustle, but I don't. For me, it's not a big deal, because school just you need to learn how to read and write, and then you work from here. Being genius and being well educated is two totally different things. So I think I'm just telling you guys, please research. You have internet, you have YouTube. You can randomly search what's Bitcoin, how to invest in Bitcoin, and then from video to video to video to video to video, you could be better than me, like in 2 or 3 months. So yeah, try to learn what it is, how to make money. Like, for example, I know a guy. I don't know, he doesn't know me, but I know him because I follow him on Twitter. So he came across cryptocurrency for 3-4 years ago, I think, almost. Yeah. Today he doesn't know which car he's gonna drive today. He could write a random comment on Twitter and say, which car should I drive? Should I drive the a Bentley or a Lamborghini or whatever? So he started with $600 in less than 4 years. So let's be all rich. Let's eradicate hunger. Let's be free.
Yes.
Yeah. So don't be depending on any company, any NGO, fuck NGO or whatever. Sorry for my language. It's a YouTube.
Man, I'm gonna ban you for good here.
Oh yeah.
Yes, brother. Okay.
Did you try? Did you try before? I think Ezra is from South Africa, and South Africans are all into forex. I know he's being scammed. I guess.
Yeah. For me, I tried to. I did stock investments when I was in Korea, and I broke it when I was coming here. So I did some little stock in Disney, and I did another stock in like another company. It's small company, but it was. I think for that company, it gave me a little bit of finance when I was there. So I think what you were saying, it's giving another perspective in the table, because when you're talking about one Africa and independent Africa, then we need Africa that it can be able to finance itself financially, right? It might take a long time because we have resources, we have money, but when we have a lot of people like Dangote, people who has a lot of money, right? People who they can invest within the continent, I think we will see a bright Africa and bright future for our beautiful continent of Africa. So what I want to ask you right now, because we are not going to extend this conversation, we are just giving them a little trailer of what is going to happen next week. I want you to tell everybody who is watching here, what should they prepare like before next week? Like, let's say for those people who don't even have an idea of all these things, then you can give them ABC, like, okay, before I come back here next week on Saturday or Sunday, then make sure that you know this and this and this and that, and then we can come to carry on so that everybody may have a little bit of an idea.
Yeah, I think it's I could talk, but I can't teach.
Yes. Okay.
I work in schools, so my profession is to teach, actually. But in terms of cryptocurrency, I am not at that level yet.
Yes.
But I would recommend to understand what cryptocurrency is,
exactly,
what blockchain is, what's the difference between altcoins and Bitcoin. What was the purpose of Bitcoin, which is a very big topic. So if we could start to talk about it, we wouldn't even finish it in a very long time. And I wouldn't have answers for all the questions coming from the people, maybe. But as we know, internet's our friend. Google, everything's easy nowadays. So I would say just have a little bit understanding of blockchain and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and what's the aim, what's the purpose of cryptocurrency, So freedom, cryptocurrency, just same. Freedom, cryptocurrency, same. Because in the world, we know dollar, US dollar dominates in every country. And it's a modern, colonialization or dominating the world by selling the dollar. And they bring the dollar each and every day, trillions of dollars. How many trillions did they bring in 2020? And they gave it to the people, because the people were in lockdown, so they couldn't work, so they had to bring. So it doesn't even, it doesn't even make sense. Like, just bring 2 trillions or 4 trillions. So what I want you to have at least next weekend is search what's Bitcoin. Try to understand Bitcoin. Try to understand the difference between altcoins and Bitcoin. And then you can ask me how to invest. What does it take to invest in those in those coins? What is the best thing to know before you invest in a budget? So that's what and then people will actually have a lot of questions, because I see some guys are commenting, phantom.
Yeah. We're leaving that goodness for for next week. But one thing that you can suggest right now, for example, there's this question from Sadek and some other people. Please share with us a good reference to read. If there's anything that you want to document or whatever that you have, you feel free to share in the comment section.
You mean the comments?
No, I mean the like this comment that is asking for the reference to read. Like, is there anything that they should read, like maybe website or something?
Yeah.
If they want to get ABC or
no, not really. I mean, when it comes to you actually need to see it practically. I mean, reading. There are multiple different books about forex. About Bitcoin and blockchain and cryptocurrency as well. You can just purchase it on Amazon if you are in, and maybe eBay too. But the easiest way for me, you don't even need to spend money to learn about this thing. You don't need to spend $1. Just Google it. Search on YouTube what is Bitcoin, how to, and then you will see a lot of. For me, my favorite guy on YouTube is called Coin Video. If you can search him on YouTube, Coin Video.
Better find him. The financial guy right here. I'm thinking if this guy, I think, kind of deserved to be a minister of finance.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I think I'm a genius. I think I'm a genius.
I love you, man. Well, I think you're a genius too, bro.
The news.
Oh, okay, this guy. I found him.
That guy, he has, I think, more than 1 million followers on YouTube.
Yes. Okay, Swahili Nation, we are going there.
Yeah, that guy is.
We have a Minister of Finance here.
Ooh, yeah,
the news has been awash with talk.
Yeah, that guy is my literally. I think he's my idol in terms of
mentor.
Not really, but I just watch his YouTube, and then I'm a simple guy. This guy uploads a video on his YouTube or Twitter. The coin he talks about will go at least 2x or 4x. Like for example, there's a coin called Solana. This guy talking about Solana. I think it was like 20 or something. I don't know. And then it went to like 4x. I bought it. I got my back. So he's a legend. He makes a lot of research before he talks about the project. And then he doesn't say like, do. He just say, I'm not your financial advisor. Like that's what I'm saying. Like just research, bro. You don't need to spend money. Like all those guys who are into forex trading. There's that's where I started. From the beginning. you change from a guru to another guru. You know, fake gurus. Like there's a guy very famous in South Africa. He's called DJ Koch. Yeah, he's a DJ. So he's a funny guy. So those guys, they tell you you're gonna be a millionaire like me. Like he drives multiple cars, you know, G63 and Mercedes and stuff. So
sorry.
They tell you you're gonna be rich for the coming. Let me answer for my brother from Eritrea. I know him from last week as well. He's a good guy.
You're reading good comments about yourself, right?
I'm very selfish.
No, I love that. I actually have an idea, Abdi. I have an idea. I think so. First, I need to ask the team, because I see Sedeke is here. Sedeke and the team. Do you guys think that this guy deserves to be a Swahili Nation Minister of Finance? Because I'm thinking of an idea that, I mean, we could give you a chance, to come, like, because this is not just something that you can do just once. It's something that it needs to be like, like a lecture, something that you can train young Africans how to do it, including even me myself, right? So I think I am willing to give a day, right, in a week, that whenever you're free, I mean, you say weekend, where you can come, and you don't have to rush to talk about everything, but you come on next week here and you give, an introduction of the thing, like episode 1, and then you come in another week, you give episode 2, you continue to go, like, to build up. So all of us will go from one step to another to know exactly how to do this, from the very basic to another side. And I can give you like 1 hour to spend doing that, when we come here, and maybe another hour to just go and answer some questions that are here, something like that. So what you need to come with is just the basics that you're gonna start on that day, the topic. You go through that, you give your lecture, you give your training, and then you receive some few questions about that specific, and then another week, people, what do you think about that?
I think it's a good idea, because like right now, it's not just, something that you summarize like 30 minutes or even 20 or 10 minutes, because it's like us. Okay, put it in this way. The richest man in the world is Elon Musk, right? He's into cryptocurrency. If those of you that who follow him on Twitter, you can see
he has a sense of humor.
Yeah, almost 65 million, more than 65 million followers, and all of those followers are into cryptocurrency, almost all of them, and all he tweets is about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador, is into cryptocurrency, and he's actually Mr. Bitcoin these days. It's a whole country where you buy and sell everything by Bitcoin. So it's a big thing, and it's a contender of the only thing that will lead to us, to freedom, is cryptocurrency. Especially we Africans need this, because a lot of countries in Africa, their economy is collapsing. Like, I have heard about Malawi or Zimbabwe, something like that. They are trying to be like El Salvador and get rid of their currency and use Bitcoin as their an official currency. So just be ready, and I'll try to help at least you guys to get into cryptocurrency, and then you will continue learning about it, and then as long as you can understand English, because all of you who are here can speak, or at least and understand English, and which is a good thing. We East Africans speak English. I don't know, Tanzanians or even Ethiopians did speak this good English, because I'm from Ethiopia, and I know maybe we say this instead of this, or father instead of father, that's how we say in Ethiopia. But at the end of the day, we speak good English, which is a big important thing, because those Spanish speaking people, they don't speak English.
Our own accent, and we're proud of it.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So,
Mm.
so
It's amazing.
yeah, wow, 170. Wow.
Yes,
Milestone.
I told my guys.
Soon,
okay,
Mr.
Bitcoin. I want to tell you this. My birthday is on January 5th, so I hope you'll give me 1 Bitcoin. And also, one thing that I'm asking people, I say the best gift you can give it to me if you want. It's we want to reach 200,000 subscribers before the end of this year. If it doesn't happen, then at least before my birthday, then I think that would be the best gift you can give it to me,
bro.
right?
Bro, let me tell you something. I think you actually I think. Okay, let's see this. Those guys who are watching us right now they have the privilege to listen to millionaires, or at least the future millionaires, for free. They are not. They are not. They don't have to pay us, but they are listening to future millionaires. That's all I can say.
Exactly.
Yeah, we only need to put a time.
Yeah,
because we already know the way. Okay, let me say this. While we speak, as we speak right now, I'm making money. That's I'm sitting here. I wish I could share my.
Oh yes, send to me the link. Send to me the link. I can share you on the screen.
Let me show you this. This is my little this is my little office. This thing, I bought it from here. Let me show you from here down here. And then those of you who are into cryptocurrency, I can tell you the name of it. It's called its name is RNDR. That's the name of it, RNDR. So RNDR. You can actually search it and try to understand what this project's all about. It's a new project. It actually costs $7.50 right now. When I bought it, it was $1.50. $1.60, something like that. And it wasn't even that long. It was just 1 week ago, because this has the potential to go to $200 in the very near future. So I'm not gonna sell it. I'm going to hold it.
All right. So, you know what? Yeah, you need to hold this for next week, because next week you're gonna have your session, and I think people, they're already interested enough. So you guys come here next week on Saturday or on Sunday. Which day do you prefer? Saturday or Sunday?
I think both days are okay. I think Saturday is okay.
All right. Yeah. Then for now, let's say Saturday. So guys, on Saturday, 9 p.m. night, be here, Mr. Bitcoin. And so let me ask this to Pastor Ezra. So Pastor Ezra, first of all,
what's up, guys?
I appreciate to see your head. This is the first time I see your head. I was always wondering how your hair looks like.
I had shaved. Didn't you see everywhere I shaved, man? Shaved everything. I need to show you my pictures, my olden days. Your hair, I was like Goku, I was like your hair, at first.
All right, Ezra, let me ask you a question. How old are you though?
Hey man, you really wanna know? We'll talk. I'm old enough. I'm in my 30s though. I'm in my 30s, guys. I'm in my. You're saying something, Mika?
Yeah, I said I've never seen your head. This is the first time. I was always wondering how it looks like, but your head, it looks beautiful, man. It looks like the map of Africa. It's amazing. Like, I love it.
I need to, I need to be fresh and clean,
Yeah, I love that.
I need to be fresh and clean. This hairstyle makes me more younger,
Yeah.
I like when I have beards and,
And I want to ask you this question, Pastor Ezra. So, are you with the idea of Abdi making this guy to be Swahili Nation, the Minister of Finance? because he's gonna be coming here next week to share with us.
He's got my vote. He's got my vote for being the minister.
Generous. My African people, very generous.
Pastor has said, what can I say?
You need to come and take. You need to come and take an oath now of office.
That I'll solemnly swear to serve the African media of Swahili Nation. Because we actually have the Minister of Education today. Actually, he was supposed to come and to share. You know, Nati. Yesterday he brought fire in the house. He brought fire in the house yesterday, and man, I was like, man, you need to come back to do this again. But today he's traveling from, I believe, from another city to another city. So I think he didn't make it on time. That's why we don't have him here. But I believe maybe tomorrow he's gonna come here and to bring that knowledge. That guy he's very intellectual. And now we have our brother here, Abdi. He came with this amazing suggestion. He's the one who came with this suggestion last time. That guys, we need more billionaires, more millionaires in Africa. And I think, we couldn't have anyone better than you, to do this. So
I think,
exactly.
Thanks, bro. I think for me, I have to be humble, because there are Africans who are millionaires who are, making money on a daily basis from the internet, whatever it is. But for me, I think people should just, it's not even, I could give you $1,000 today, but it's better to tell you how to make 10,000 tomorrow. Instead, for me, like back home, I don't even send
Tell me that and give me $1,000.
$1 million.
It's like it's like trying, to teach someone how to fish instead of giving the person, the fish. So, like for example, you get a family, you need to live in a good life. I don't know about other people, but for me, I am not rich, but I wanna live as a rich person. I don't wanna travel economy. When I'm traveling, maybe I wanna travel. Private jet by myself, and it's not even that big of a deal. Like it depends on where you are traveling to. So you just aim higher, and then put the work on, and sacrifice all the things you do. Like for example, right now I don't have a TV. My home. I live alone here in Sweden. I don't have a TV because I don't have the time to spend, to watch the TV for movies. When the people talk about movie, have you watched this, South Korean movie? I was like, I don't even have a TV. You're talking about a South Korean series, which So all I do is stream football. And that's only the thing I do, and the rest for working, gym, home, research, learning about a bird. That's all I do. So your time is your most valuable thing. You never get your time back. As long as you are the age of maybe 15 or let's say 18 to 40, that time, that's the time you should hustle. Because after 40, you're going to be tired, to be, not real old, but you have to hustle before you are 40. So when you are, by the time you're 40, you have to be at least financially freedom. Not working for no company, not working for no one. You could start whatever, And in Africa, I think they like to buy clothes and stuff. You can start selling retail clothes. Step by step, and then maybe if you are good in English, you can just learn how to make money from the internet. I came across this in Forex from the very first time. I searched how to make money from the internet because I was thinking like this: if you don't make money while you are sleeping, you really need to work harder. You need to work harder because you are still you are still hungry. Like you have to make money while you are sleeping. Simple as that. So how can I make money while I'm sleeping? It's not even that big of a deal. Like, for example, you buy this and just hold, meaning you are making money while you are at the gym, while you are at, drinking coffee with your friends, while you are dating your girl or your guy, or while you are traveling or whatever. So just put in the time, work hard, and then the money just, it will come. As easy as that. So money is not even the priority. Have to be ready to sacrifice everything else. To hang out with friends, go out Sunday, Saturday. No one even does that. If you are smart enough, you are not going to go out. You are not going to drink. You're not going to smoke. You're not going to talk shit with so-called friends who doesn't even like you by the time you are in need of them, So just have real people around you. You always hang out with people who are, richer than you, better than you in terms of, financially, or positive thinkers, not those guys who talk about Arsenal and Chelsea all the time.
Let me say this, Abdi, the finance minister, I really appreciate for your presence, and I really appreciate that you came and join us here in One Africa Forum, One Africa Movement, Swahili Nation. We love you here, and you're one of us. And I cannot wait for the next week. I cannot wait.
Me too.
Can't wait, because I can see knowledge flowing out of you right now. But I'm sorry, I have to let you go for now, because I want to give a moment to Pastor here, Pastor Ezra. It has been a while to talk to Pastor Ezra, and then I think we'll be heading to close the session right now. But before that, I just want to give Pastor Ezra to go and to say whatever he want to say. But for you, I'll let you go for now.
Cheers, bro. I'll be watching you guys.
All right. I love you, brother.
I see you. Love you too, bro. Have a nice one.
Thank you. Pastor Ezra.
Yeah, His Excellency.
It's good to see you back.
Yeah, hey man, I've had a busy 2 days. I've been connecting on and off because of other commitments, family, and mostly family for this past 2 days. Just back in my house. Just came back tonight. Okay. Just a couple of hours ago. I think about an hour and a half ago. That's when I arrived. But yeah, I've been listening on and off because I've been, occupied with so many things. But I think just to add what Abdi was saying, it's I think discipline above everything. Even if I've encountered a lot of people with great ideas, great skills, great. They make money so easily, but the discipline part is what is sometimes lacking in Africa, where people can maximize their potential by just being disciplined with how they do things. Because you get guys that are really making money or making things like they've got a business, it's doing well, but when you look at how they handle themselves and how they can maximize, they don't maximize their full potential. You find that you're looking at this business and you're thinking this guy is making 200K 200,000 a week, or and you're looking at them and you're looking how their expenditures, and you look at them and you're like, you're making money so easily and you're not investing so much. You've got in Africa, you've got people that have businesses that are making even million US dollars a month, but you find that person doesn't have an office. That's the sad part about sometimes when you look at some of the things that are happening, where somebody might they don't really have an office, but they're making money. They don't have a structure that can really say this is the company's headquarters or something, or business place. And I know nowadays we are in a digital format where everyone can become a digital nomad. You don't really need the old traditional way of having an office in one place. You can always have everything can be in your computer. You can put all your stuff on your cloud. But when you need to really grow and be taken serious, because must remember, one of the things that I'm noticing now more as I'm growing is the old tradition. There's old money and new money. Old money versus new money. Old money versus new money. The old money wants to see, they want so much from you before they can really take out their money and sponsor your venture or your idea. But the new money or the new age is, we think we have the skills, we have the trade, whatever. We just want to go and do it. But now you find that we sometimes get stuck in terms of getting the funding if we do need funding. And that's where now we can't even show, even when we make so much money. You find that somebody's making much money, but they don't know how to put structures in place that can really look like a proper business. Where I can really say, okay, if you're making so much money, now I need to know that for this money that you're making, have something where we can say, these are the telephone area, this is the telephone number for this business, this is where we can reach you as a business. So things like that. But above everything, I think discipline is what's needed, especially among young people. Discipline, because it's like once they start generating money, it goes all into, they blow most of the money in on consumption, nice cars. Not that people should not buy those things, but I think sometimes we can reinvest more of our money into other ventures. And then, because there's this other guy, there's many people I also watch in terms of finance. I will not mention, he's a popular guy as well that I won't mention. I also watch his motivation and whatnot. He was talking about how he was showing his luxury cars and says, all this money I'm buying with my passive income. I'm not buying with my my savings or the money that he makes from business in a way. It's like what Abdi said, like about he wants to retire early, he wants to have businesses that is running, but having to relax in such a way that most of your money as you starting, he was just telling his story that once you start more in your business and reinvest more in your business, be it your resources that you need to grow your business and all that stuff. And then later on, when you know that business can even operate without you having to be there physically, then now there's that money that can be there for you to now, you can just buy a car, you can buy a yacht and whatnot. And some of the guys, also another thing, but there's something I'll also share about business, about leasing and whatnot, but we'll talk about some other time. I think tonight is.
I know, but before that, because I really wanted to bring you in for the topic. Abdi, he came here to share about what is going to come talk about next week, which means we'll have that day particular. We'll be talking about that. But it's kind of, I don't want people to feel like I'm lying to them because of the title of this video and what we're talking about right now. This, guys, if you're joining right now and you're disappointed because of that, we're just advertising what is going to happen next week. I'm not lying about this, but I really wanted you to bring in about the thing that is going on right now. Professor Ezra is in the house. Welcome, Professor.
Professor Ezra.
Hey, Pastor Ezra. I like the hair. What's going on? That's nice.
Yeah, man.
The opposite. Somebody has to go the opposite.
They were also asking me, they say, hey, this pastor, why is he praying with the hat on? I was like, how must I pray now? Like, hey, the hat.
By the way.
So I was like, hey, man, do you want to see my long hair? I was like, okay, I'll go, try to clean it up. And, because sometimes when you wear a hat, it's also to protect it's like wearing a cap at times when it's hot.
It's a South African
just cover
thing,
your
by the
hair,
way.
you messed up
Isn't
head,
it?
Yeah.
Pardon? It's a South African thing. Like I've seen it many
hats and stuff. Yeah, we big on hats, bucket hats, caps, those beanies and stuff. It's a more South African thing. Yeah,
it's an Ethiopian culture thing. Like when you get into a home, you take off your hat. When you pray, you take off your hat. The same thing in Ghana. In Ghana, you cannot do with anything with your left hand. You can never hand anything with left hand. In Ghana, they will kill you. If you're a foreigner, they will not. But if you are a Ghanaian and hand something over with your left hand, no. So if you ever go to Ghana, don't do anything with your left hand. To anybody, it's a big deal.
Yes, please. With the yes, please.
So yesterday, I had one of my favorite students. I had one of my favorite students. She's in Germany. She's an incredible student. She's from Borana, Ethiopia. It's a very special place. Borana, Ethiopia holds a special place. I'm not. I don't, because of my I don't know my heritage that much, because of I don't know who gave birth to me. I don't know, because of my orphanage background. I don't know it, but sometimes, but I connect to people and to Ethiopia through my experience, interaction with her. So she's one of my favorite students that I've ever taught. So we spent 3 hours on the phone talking about Ethiopian politics and this thing. And then the Borana people are very special in the Oromo culture, and then also in the context of Ethiopia. They live close to the borders with Kenya, and they have kept their traditions and system of, they call it the Geda system, for over 600, 700 years. It's one of the most democratic systems that is out there in the world. So it's one of those heritages that have been preserved in Ethiopia, and those kind of traditional heritages that would have been crushed if Ethiopia was colonized. And so we're sharing the very fascinating story of Ethiopia, the fascinating story of how the Oromos generally see Abiy, and how the rest of Ethiopia sees Abiy, and how the Oromos feel part of Ethiopia, but also not also part of Ethiopia. And that kind of the dynamic and the complexity and nuances of what is going. So we had, I've spent hours talking to my students, but not 3 hours. So she cast me up, and so I had to go. So I went to bed around 4 a.m.
Wow.
So I was chatting a little bit with you after that. You remember, like you were doing? I was chatting a little with you after that. And then after that, I just fell asleep. And I just woke up around 11, almost 12. And, so I had to call somebody home, back home. So I had a call on my Facebook Messenger before. I was about to come in here, and I was going to comment my Somalian friend and support him. But sorry, I missed that. And all of these stories about, what's going on in Ethiopia is what's going on in Africa. Is keeping a lot of people awake, and it's keeping Peter awake. It's keeping Pastor Ezra awake, and it's one of the most amazing. If it is not a sad and painful one, I would call it is one of the most amazing phenomenon that Africa has ever experienced in probably 50, 60 years, probably even 100 years, probably 125 years, probably. I can go as far as that, but it's quite fascinating. It's quite amazing, and the commitment of people, the kind of intelligence. Oh my God, the kind of smart ideas that are like popping up in chat rooms. The people saying stuff, amazing stuff. Like even when people are opposing you, they're saying something interesting. I want to hear that. That kind of makes me want to hear the voices of all spectrum. It's just fascinating. Like Africa has arrived. There's a lot of brilliant, intelligent people that are like just waiting to be heard, waiting to be given a platform. And then, what the Americans want to do is just, like trying to close a lead on something they cannot close anymore. It's just, so in Sudan, look at what they did. They just overthrew, they just forced like a coup d'etat to retract and return to almost some kind of democratic path. Reinstating somebody they overthrew 3 weeks ago. A coup that lasted for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I don't know. And then after days of like, young people say, no, we're not gonna allow you. We're gonna die to do this. But we don't have guns. We don't have these things. But we're gonna protest. And to me, so I'm just dumping on you guys all the things I wanted to say earlier. So I'm sorry. I apologize for. I didn't even ask the kind of topic that you guys were covering, and I haven't even finished drinking my coffee yet. So I'm not even fully awake. So
no, please don't apologize. But guys, you catch me at the very final touch, and I'm about to close. We're about to close, but since I have you guys, I want you guys to give your thoughts, your final thoughts about specifically Ezra, you commented about like data, like how many people are there. I mean, you commented a lot of things that going on out there, and just like the title saying, no more. And today it's happening around the world. Today,
Yes.
people are protesting peacefully. I don't know if you guys saw the video I showed on Swahili Nation. I love what they're saying in that video. It's amazing. So I just want you guys to comment on that, and just like what you were saying, like something really beautiful is happening right here. And
Yes.
I want to have your final thoughts from both of y'all, and we'll be signing out.
Before Ezra goes, I want to say this. Okay, the Swahili Nation's work that we did. Like any one of you who have had the opportunity to come here on the platform and speak your mind, but in the chat room, is so profound. That's what I'm noticing. People are referring to you. I see screen capture of you in places I don't expect.
Please, let me tell you. I'm sorry for cutting in. I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
But today, have you been here today from the beginning, or you came? No? Man, today something interesting, amazing happened. I had here an amazing interview with the Tigrayan.
Yeah.
I had no idea. But he just came in because in the afternoon session today,
Was
he
it
donated
Biniam?
a lot of super chat.
Was it Biniam? Biniam?
Yes,
his name was
guy.
Biniam Gabriel Sadik,
Yes,
I think.
exactly.
I remember in the chat room. Remember, I was commenting on him. He was just giving you super chat after super chat after super chat. Yes, yeah,
yes.
Okay.
That guy, he came here today, and then we're just having a conversation because I just wanted to appreciate him, and then it turned out to like interview, like maybe like for 30 minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to cut that part and re-upload it again because that guy, things he said, it's just amazing, and it was just an amazing day. And I feel like I'm ready. I'm ready to go to bed. Let me let you guys. Yeah, it was amazing.
You just had a gold mine right there. Gold mine. Like you just that's the kind of work that Swahili Nation is doing. I mean, I have been asking some of the people that I argue with, some of my friends from Tigray, but also some of my friends in Ethiopia who are debating about the complexity and nuances of the things. And I've been asking them to come here and really, really make their case.
Exactly.
Make the case.
Yeah.
If TPLF has a case to be made, it must be made peacefully. And the peaceful platform is this one and many other platforms. TPLF cases I'm sure they have a case. And I'm not going to just deny them like a lot of people, Ethiopians would dismiss it. Yes, the atrocities that are committed, all of these are the elements but we have to be willing to listen to them. Exactly. And then we have to learn it from our friends in South Africa. They listened to, they heard the apartheid people. They gave platform for them to come forward and say the things. So the Truth and Reconciliation wasn't just about like forgiving somebody. It was about really uncovering a lot of the things that people feel and sense. And I have a lot of Tigrayans who have things to say. They're not, and they feel like they feel secure and safe leaning on TPLF. But we have to make them feel safe to lean on us. To lean on us. To tell us, okay, I feel secure and safe to say my view, my experience. I mean, like people's lived experience matter. If you are in Wallo experiencing the atrocities that a lot of people are, and then you've experienced it, come and tell us how that feels. If you are in Khartoum who experienced this pain and suffering that you had to go for the past weeks, trying to reinstate your aspiration, to get your aspiration back on track, come and tell us. And then if you think that those things are not right, come and tell us. So we will make sure you are respectful. We will make sure we don't promote violence. We don't promote hate. We will make sure that. We'll make sure this is a peaceful platform. This is a loving platform. This is a united Africa platform. They are at 1.3 billion people, including the Caribbeans, with probably 1.5 the Caribbeans, African Americans, of all stripes across the world, probably somewhere 1.3, 1.4 billion people in Africa. We want this platform to have such a wide breadth of openness, and that's the thing. Like, we have to be willing. That conversation of a united Africa demands and requires us the ability to appreciate perspectives that are not mine. And that's the way we're going to change it and transform the world. The world doesn't have that. You go to America, only two sides: liberal or conservative. That's all they have. I don't know what the Europeans have. Europeans have, stealing or not stealing, maybe. I don't know. But like, what I'm trying to tell you is that, like, Africa is so diverse, and this is the reason for it, because our fundamental behavior, our character, is not just tolerant of diversity, is in love of diversity. That's a fundamental. If we were to measure the vibration of Africa, it's about tolerating. It's not just about tolerating, it's about loving differences. We get excited when somebody different comes across us. Yeah, we get excited. The reason we get excited is because this is in our DNA. So we want that Africa to be elevated to the highest possible level. So this platform is doing that. So if you are here about just joining us, or if you have been in this conversation, sorry I wasn't part of the. If I'm repeating some of the topic, the point I've been made, and so the incredible work that the Mika and his team are doing it is about elevating it. We want to elevate you, not necessarily always agree with you. If we agree with you, that's boring. It's not interesting. I want to see differences. That's more exciting, because exciting is what I love, not boring. I don't want to be bored with one point of view. I hope you'll be bored if I tell you that only one thing and not something interesting. If I don't come here presenting the different aspect of who I am, it's the same thing. So I want to say that. And the other thing I wanted to say before I let Pastor Rizal come in is that for those of you in Ethiopia who are on the fence, okay, let me clearly give it to you. I have studied a lot of histories across Africa. Okay? Ethiopia, the construct of Ethiopia is not perfect. Don't think the construct of Ethiopia is a perfect construct. Neither any construct, the EU construct of US, the construct of EU, the construct of the African unity would not be perfect either. Anything that a human being creates is not perfect. So we're not trying to create heaven on earth. We're trying to manage our life here on earth, and then in a way that expresses our Creator's desire and our Creator's vision for us. Like, I want to be expressed fully as a human being because I believe God wants me to be expressed as a human being. And what is that humanity is different from person to person, because God is infinite, and in His infinite wisdom and Allah in His infinite power has created multitude of perspective on us. And that's how I know God. By looking at you, I see God. If I see, because me alone is not enough to understand God. So what we're trying to do. So let me get back to the Ethiopian context here. Ethiopia, if you're on the fence, he's not Oromo enough for me. You're on the fence. He doesn't love Amara. You're on the fence. He's not like Somali enough for me. You're on the fence. But this imperfect Ethiopia has protected, in my reading and my understanding of the African history, the African story of the past 150, 200 years, 400 years, that Ethiopia has protected, many places have lost. In the hinterlands of the equatorial forest in the Congo, this is like documented. There was a hidden kingdom that protected itself from enemies for centuries. And then it took 10 years for King Leopold to find this. They've heard about it, they found it. And the moment they found it, you know what they did? They erased it from the face of the planet. King Leopold erased it. King Leopold in Belgium erased it from the face of the planet. They had the most advanced political system, one of the most advanced political system in the history of at least the Central Africa. But we don't know about them anymore. Why? Because the colonial powers came to eliminate it. The colonial powers, if and when they got a chance, they made you not believe in your skin color. Hence, the disease of bleaching your skin in West Africa. But not anymore, but at some point, there was a time West Africans had to bleach their hair to make them feel like that is if Ethiopia was colonized, there are cultures like the Borana cultures that have been kept for thousands of years. Forget it, it would have been disappeared. It would have disappeared. Yeah, the imperfect Ethiopian system should have elevated the Borana culture and give it the highest possible platform. It didn't do that, but it didn't eliminate it. So that what you have to understand what you are facing with. What you're facing with these powers that be is they're trying to eliminate your language. They're trying to eliminate your culture. They're trying to eliminate your history. They're trying to eliminate your experiences. They're trying to make you invisible. That's what they're trying to do. They don't want to believe that you exist. Because if you exist, you stand between them and the resources they want to take away from you. How do I eliminate you from existence? By eradicating your sense of self. The sense of self. I don't have to kill you. Why? It's a waste of bullet. Why should I waste my bullet physically eradicating you when I can eradicate your mind? When I can take away your heart? When I can take away your spirit? Why? Why should I waste, unnecessary resource that I can use to build something else by firing bullets and killing a billion? In 21st century, the genocide is in the mind. Eliminating the sense of self. The inherent sense of self that God has planted in you, Allah has planted on you. They want to get rid of that. And they're saying to themselves, our projects, they're studying their projects and they're analyzing their projects. No, we need to perfect our weapons now. That's why they are right now. We need to perfect our weapons. And the weapon is mind and heart and spirit. So don't be on the fence. Now, let me give you an idea about Abiy. The final point is, let me give you an idea. Abiy is dealing with history, the complex history of Ethiopia. The complex history of Ethiopia. That is also not just about race, ethnicity, or power. It's a complex history of Ethiopia. And the complex conditions of Ethiopia. When you're running 120 million people, let me give you part of the complexity. You have 70, 80 million young people that need jobs, but the economy that you're allowed to run by the Western powers doesn't allow you to hire more than 20, 30 million of the jobs. The Ethiopia $100 billion that we produce, it can't hire more than 10, 20, maybe even 30 million of the 70, 80 million that want a job. That is part of the complexity. You're forced to have an education system you cannot fund. You have an education system in Ethiopia that the Ethiopian government cannot, in the next 100 years, mobilize enough money to run it. And then the story goes everywhere in Africa. We have an education system that requires billions and billions of dollars, but we can't even have $100 million to run it. That is our condition right now. That's the complexity. We have an Ethiopia where different races, cultures, traditions, and experiences want to be heard, want to be valued, want to be part of the conversation. The Oromos want to be considered a core component of Ethiopia. The Amaras want to be considered the core component. The Somalis want to be considered the core, not the peripheries, but the core component of Ethiopia. They're demanding from left and right. You are running that. That's the country that is running. And then add to that, the Egyptians are not going to let you have the get out of jail approach, get out of jail economic path, which is create energy that allows you to power industries, that allows you to power sustainable industries. They're not going to do it. And the Americans don't want the Egyptians, they don't want the Egyptians to be unhappy because they are the core for their old and outdated policy in the Middle East. Core of outdated Middle East, Egypt is there. So they have to please at any cost Egyptians. So they will do anything they can to destroy Ethiopia's ambition and desire. They don't care about TPLF. TPLF is a leverage for them. It's a leverage. You know what the leverage is for America's leverage on South Korea? Do you know what the leverage is on South Korea? People don't know this. It's North Korea. North Korea is the leverage. America doesn't want South Korea to resolve its conflict with North Korea. As the only reason South Korea is allowed to develop is under the leverage of any moment America can switch off that. And any moment, imagine living in Korea. I know people are used to it now, and your life can go any moment. Nuclear armed north there, any moment within probably half an hour, the entire continent of the entire peninsula of Korea could just be off the map. All these things that they have accumulated in South Korea in a second ago. The same Japan. Do you know who's the leverage on Japan? It's Korea is the leverage on Japan. Do you know who's the leverage on China? Taiwan. Do you know who's the leverage on Russia? Ukraine. Do you know who's the leverage on Germany? It's Russia. America thinks about you. What is our leverage here? That's how they think. That's how they think. 20th century, 18th century Machiavellian approach. Is it an outdated idea? It is an outdated idea. Should we stand for it? We should say no more to that. The world should not be run by despots and incompetent, lazy, mindless leaders that put the lives of billions of people at risk at any moment. The world could disappear. The world that you know could disappear within an hour and a half at any moment. If these guys blink their eyes wrongly, these are the people that are coming to attack you. So, Ethiopia has done history to show the world such behavior, such fascism, such this thing from Adwa in 1896 and then 1935. When we say Ethiopia is fighting Africa war, now we have to say Ethiopia is fighting the world's war, a world that is wrong and the world that is right. That's where we are. So join the wagon. Don't be on the fence. You have grievances, you have issues, but they are minute compared to the existence of you as a human being. Are you going to hand over the responsibility of your existence to the powers that be, or that think of you not as a human, but as object to just bulldoze over and get over? So I know I've kept this conversation much longer than I should be doing. And it's pent up. It's like pent up energy and it wants to come out. If I didn't let it come out, I'm not going to be happy. I think I'm really sorry for taking that. But the point I made, I'm not going to apologize. But for taking the time, for making you feel. But please, don't be on the fence. No time to be on the fence. No more being on the fence. When we say no more, we're not saying no more only to slavery, to slaveholders and colonizers and imperialists. We are saying no more to being lazy about your humanity. Okay? If you enjoy just, playing with TikTok, creating stuff on TikTok, that is on the line. If you enjoy just being on the internet and playing around, that's on the line. Because if you don't exist, those things are useless. Okay? If you care about your faith and religion, that's on the line. Because they're coming to destroy that. They're trying to make you think that that's not of value, that your prayers will not be answered. That's what they are trying to do. But the problem they are facing right now, and they are realizing right now, the wave of humanity that is rising up to that is so powerful. This wave is like, it rises all the way to the space. That's how far. If you line it up, it will be about 400 kilometers long. If you go 400 kilometers, you're under space right now. That's it. The wave is so big, and it's just scumbling around Africa, giving $1 billion here and $30 million there, trying to water it down. That's what they're trying to do. And they claim, oh, they're telling you, well, you are now a geopolitical force. You're no longer an interest of geopolitics, but you are now a geopolitical force. That's what they're doing. That's what they're telling you. The reason they're telling you that because they're scared of this wave that is coming. They're seeing the wave. Join the wave. Embrace the wave. And ride the wave. Don't be on the side that says this wave is not for me. Be on the side, this wave is mine. And I will make the most out of this wave and transform my life and the generations that comes ahead of us. Not that out of the Africa, the world. When Africa is on the table in the world, the questions we'll be asking, why are you oppressing, why are you treating our human beings, African Americans, the way you're treating them in slums and underinvested education facilities here in the news, underinvested, and all they invest is on guns and violence. That's what they do. So we'll be asking those questions, and we'll be forcing America to correct these human rights violations. We'll go to China and say, like, why are you treating black people when they come to you the way they're treating them? You see, like as if they are like some kind of stain in you, like bleach. You need to bleach it out. We're gonna ask questions to them too. We're gonna ask questions to the Russians. Why are you not resolving your conflict with America? You should resolve your conflict. Why are you putting the world in danger of nuclear disaster? Why? We'll be asking. We'll go to Europe, European Union. Why are you exploiting the Congolese? Why are you taking away all their resources and not giving them their fair share of what they should be deserving? You cannot survive without the cobalt they send you. You cannot survive. This is tied to your survival. Then why are you making the Congolese feel like they don't survive? Why are you continuing the Belgian exploitation, King Leopold's exploitation in the Congo? That's it. And then we're not only going to be asking for that, we're going to say, when it comes to climate change, we have traditions, values of how we protect our environment. We have ways, we do it. And this is the way to do it. That's Africa will be the one suggesting offering. The Abiy government now is involving other African countries, and it's part of the African Union initiative called the Green Belt across from Ethiopia all the way through the Sahel to Senegal. That Green Belt, over the past 4 years, Ethiopia has planted over 20 billion trees. 20 billion trees. And has shipped millions of seedlings across to Sudan, to Kenya, and in many places. That is an initiative on climate change that makes a difference. And of the past 4 years planted, they say 89% of those trees have risen up. Because people now say, oh, what? I'm part of the climate crisis. I'm going to resolve my climate crisis. I want to increase the rain amounts that comes to the Nile River, so that we can have the volume of the Nile River increase. Instead of 80 billion, we want to make it to 100 billions of cubic centimeters of water flowing north to Egypt. Ethiopia is working to increasing the water that Egypt is supposed to get. That's what Ethiopia is doing. That's what Ethiopia has been working on a project for the past 4 years. And then they have been attacked for that. And then I'm just giving the example of Ethiopia. A lot of places across Africa, some small initiatives, big initiatives are taking place. Join the initiative by coming together as united forces. Then we can unite these efforts so that it has the highest possible impact, and it will be our voice on the global platform on how to resolve the climate crisis. Now, Blinken is telling you what I'm telling you right now. Blinken gives a speech and say, now, if you want to resolve climate change, you can't do it without Africa. That's what he says.
Yeah, I saw that.
And this is the thing we'll be saying. Now, but you know why? But the reason he's saying it because he knows we believe in these things. But he thinks that by telling the rhetoric but not doing the action, he can get away with it.
We know that.
We're not going to play that trick anymore. We know you are incompetent. You are lazy. You're not working the job. So we know the size of the Africa Affairs Department in the State Department, how tiny it is compared to the Middle East Department, compared to the Asia Department. We know you don't put the resources necessary to implement the policy you utter, because you don't care about the policy. We know that. You haven't put the action. We know, we understand. We can extrapolate between the lines. We can extrapolate it. A lot of smart people in Africa, I guarantee you, they know. You think I'm an ordinary person. There's a lot of ordinary people who know this. So don't try to fool me once. It's an American saying. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me. That's an American saying, by the way. So another American saying, you can put a lipstick on the pig. It's still a pig. You can't change a pig from not being a pig by putting a makeup on it. No, I don't think probably it's another American saying. But that's what I'm telling you. You have to understand that they are on the losing side of a world order. A world order that has put the existence of the planet in danger. In every angle where you think about it, from politics to economy to prosperity to climate to space explorations, they put this planet in danger. They've been doing that for the past 400 years. And the cost is beginning to come. We need to pay the bill now. And now they want to ask Africa to pay the bill for them. That's what's happening right now. So take this fence kind of thing, put that aside, get on board. And then after this movement has reached a point of unity, African unity, the African unity will look after that reach, then we will ask of our governments. If any African government commits atrocity and violence to achieve political means, that is a Western mindset, we will eradicate it. Because we're not going to use colonial methods to build the Africa that we want. We're going to use our values, our traditions, our African qualities to elevate all those things that we suppressed over the past 400 years in Africa will be elevated. Our chiefs will be in charge. Our ancestors from far back in our history will be very, very looking forward, and then we will elevate those things. Our traditional ways, our culture, our way of interacting, our tolerance, our love for each other will be the thing that tie Africa together. And no voices will be separate. And then you will hold anybody that is using the power to run this real politic Western crap. This Machiavellian Western crap, we will stop them. This capitalism, imperialism, socialism, imperialism, we will create our own new approach, new method that reflects the aspiration and value of Africa. Then that will be our powers. So this tap is not going to turn off unless you stop it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stop you. My brother, I think you should not miss any session, because when you miss session, there's something in you, and that fire is uncontainable. I can't contain that. Pastor Ezra, it's your final thought as well, man. After you, we're going to
sorry, Pastor. Apologies, Pastor Ezra.
No, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, but by the way, I want to appreciate somebody here, Addis Ababa. He says, this is what he says. And I think this is good to think this way. He said, good point, but I don't agree with everything you say. Like, it's like, for me, I appreciate when, like, we can agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to agree everything we say, but when you appreciate what he's saying and then you present your point, that's what we always talk about. So I think we can all learn from that. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Pastor Ezra?
Man, I even lost my trail of thoughts. But I had a word of encouragement. Just something for Ethiopia.
Wait.
That's why with me, right?
I have to make this joke. In Swahili, we have these jokes. At least one proverb we say, "Akili ni nywele, kila mtu ana zake," which means okay. But I'm gonna paraphrase. It means, like having hair is like being intelligent. That's what it says.
Let me tell you another one then. Yeah?
So you
know what?
started to forget after cutting your hair. What does that prove?
Nah, let me tell you another one, eh?
Yeah.
Another one in my culture as well. That a man with no hair is a rich man.
Oh man,
There's that
I
one. I'm
like
telling
that.
you.
I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going. I'm
I
going.
think that is better. That kills it. That kills it.
That's true. That's actually true. Those men that they have, like, they have a bald.
That's
We
why I'm
always compare
poor.
them. Eh?
That's why I'm poor because of the hair. It's true. I mean, I'm poor because of the hair. Exactly. Right. You're right.
But yeah,
Okay.
I just had a lot of things that I wanted to say. Not really a lot. I think lately I've just been absorbing and learning from others a lot. And yeah, I just had a word of encouragement to Ethiopia with regards to unity. An example in the Bible when the children of Israel fought with their own, when the family fought, when the Benjamites fought with the other tribes, out of the 12 tribes of Jacob or Israel, the Benjamites fought with the other tribe. The only Benjamites fought with the 11 other tribes.
Wow.
And when the Benjamites were defeated, the other tribes of the 11 other tribes cried for the Benjamites, because most of the people that remained after the war, it was only almost men, and there were no women for them.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
imagine, and they said the 11 tribes, they grieved for the Benjamites. So even now, when just a word of encouragement to all of them, once you might fight as a brothers and blood brothers. I mean, now we're talking about the 12 tribe. These are coming from the same man, which was Jacob before he became Israel. You see, and the same, and they grieve because they saw that, yes, after we fought our brothers, we beat our brother. Then now we are not all in the same page. So as family now, even if you've got internal issues besides other external issues that we've been really exposing and stuff, internally, even if when we can fight with the other brothers, or another region that is maybe having issues, which might be Tigray in this instant. But even if the whole family says we're gonna beat this one because he's disobeying and whatnot, and the issue started with, but let me not go there. Let me just focus on this. If the family is fighting, the whole siblings are beating one brother up. After beating him, and they see that they've destroyed all that he has, and they still come back and feel a pain for their brother, because at the point when you're angry, you just wanna unleash your anger over that one who's not listening. But afterwards, when you see him crying and you see his tears, when you see that he's really down, and you come back to pick him up, that's what happened with the Benjamites and the other 11 tribes. And just a word of encouragement, even when you're going through this fighting, or if others had to gang up or group themselves and say, this is the disobedient child at this moment, we feel that he's a disobedient child, or is not listening, or want to be part of this family, you should remember that this is still your brother. And even the brother that feels that he's being felt like an outcast, just like Joseph, when his brothers uh, uh, um, tried to kill him. Remember the 12 children. Remember Joseph, his brothers tried killing him, and even went to their father, telling him that no, he was eaten by the animals and all that stuff. But what did Joseph do? Even when after doing this, he became a prime minister in Egypt. And even in Egypt, he went through a lot of things. He was accused of rape. He was so many things happened to him. He was in prison, and he will only and remember what he told them. Before his brothers did this thing, he told them a dream that he saw them bowing down to him. And the brother said, "You are crazy." you know, you love acting. Sometimes we might fight as family, but at the end of the day, we will unite. That's why at the end of the day, the same one that was outcast is the one who saved them when there was famine in their land. When they went to Egypt, he was a prime minister, you know, He's the one who picked up his family after all that they did to him. So as family, we must always remember that we might fight among each other, we might not see eye to eye, but at the end of the day, we must have not hold grudges and try to build and reach out to our brothers. Even though we're angry, imagine you, Joseph, being cast out like that, but he still forgave his other brothers and even gave them position and blessed them. Out of all the things they did for him, if you know somebody who said, you sold me as a slave, you told my father that I'm dead, I went to another foreign land, I was imprisoned, you could have marked all the painful things that he went through and hold them against his brothers, but he didn't do that. He went he forgave them and he embraced them. So as we are not seeing eye to eye sometimes with other things, let's not discard others and put them on the corner and say and generalize and put them all in the corner and just see the bad in them. But let's also have a heart to say, you're still our brother, regardless of what we see. We love you. We love you. You're still our brother. We might not see you. I don't like what you're doing, but you're still my brother. And try to rebuild and try to reach out and try, as I've always advocating, that we still need more dialogue. And it was nice that someone from Tigray was here. And I believe that the nation will heal, and I believe and pray that the nation will become stronger than ever. Just like I made the two example about the Benjamites fighting with the 11 other tribes, and even the 12 brothers when they took one of their brothers away and sold him as slave and lied to their father that he was killed and whatnot, And that same brother who was cast out is the one who helped them when they were in trouble. So even today, the Tigray region might not be the most. Currently, it might not be the most favored or the most liked, but one day it might still be the same brother that can come and help the whole nation when they are going through another challenge. So let's not cast away and let's try to build and reach out, as painful as it is. Forgiveness is one of the most painful thing. I think you mentioned something else about the Truth and Reconciliation in South Africa as well. And for some people, they said forgiveness, some people take it for weakness, and it's not weakness. That's why some people say Mandela sold out. They start saying things like it because that's why Mandela, I think God blessed him more because he chose the path of forgiveness, which is a powerful thing and it's not easy. 27 years of your life, you don't see your life, and you still forgive and say, let's build, come, let's work on this. And you to have foresight to say, it's not about me. There's generation that needs to grow. We need to build schools. We need to make them grow. We need them to take this land and to another level, So as we are trying to this, we also need to pray for the nation to heal, the nation to reconcile, the nation to grow, to see that they've got a great potential. Ethiopia cannot be one of the fastest growing economy in the world, and then to go through this and we just sit and say we're not going to support, or we just turn a blind eye. We need to pray that this nation must rise and become one of the giants that it's supposed to reach its full potential. So as we are praying for unity and forgiveness and love to come into the people, as angry as they may be or the mistrust may be, let's pray for unity. And the more the nation is united, the external forces is going to be easy to repel, and even external forces will just say we can't touch that nation. That's my in closing from my side.
Dang, that's powerful.
Amazing. That is amazing. That is why I'm blown. I don't want to add anything to that. It's incredible.
Somebody summarize what you
say.
You say turning your pain into purpose.
Exactly.
That's beautiful.
Only an African can think like that, by the way. I might be racist, I don't know. Only an African can tell you the story of the Bible and really anchor it down on reality today.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen non-Africans being able to communicate that way and share the history of our ancestors with the circumstances of now. So Tigray, by the way, is the genesis of Ethiopia. Not Ethiopia, but the genesis of the civilized African civilization. It's the treasure of Ethiopia and the treasure of Africa. And the people of Tigray are resilient and strong. And they will come back. They will come back to recess it, and then but they will come back also building not just Ethiopia, building Africa. We want Tigrayans to do that. We want Tigrayans to be the integral part of that Africa that we want to build. So it's incredible. Thank you for. We will ask here forgiveness. We will give forgiveness, and I think that, thank you so much. I really appreciate what Ezra did for us. So that would be yeah. Thank you.
That's a good turning your pain into purpose, gentlemen. I really appreciate our professor. That's why he's a pastor. You know, you're wondering how can he do this guy. I was wrong with the hair thing. I think yours is the true one. So I'm gonna side with you.
Now I need to respect others. You know, the head is off now, guys.
I was always
I'll
wondering.
wait some time. Maybe when my hair starts growing again and I'm still a bit lazy to go and you know. But anyway, sorry, Mika, sorry to take it.
No, man. You can do that. Appreciate for taking amen to that. Let's make it. Let's make it. We can do it. Pastor Ezra, man, you go ahead. I miss your prayer. Please pray with us and let us go. Release us.
Okay. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for this day, Lord, that you've blessed us with. Thank you, Father, that we can come as brothers and sisters to share our thoughts, to come with solutions, Father. We pray for the wisdom that you've given us. We thank you for the very bread of life that you've given us, Lord. Help us to use it wisely on this earth. Help us to bring peace. Help us to build each other and our families and our neighbors. Help us to love one another. Forgive us for all our sins. Forgive us for all the things that we might have done knowingly and unknowingly so. We give you all the honor and all the praise, Heavenly Father. We pray for the countries and nations of Africa to rise, Heavenly Father. We pray for peace. We pray for strength. We pray for protection, Lord, against every plan of the enemy, against any African country, against any people, Heavenly Father. We pray that your peace will reign. We pray for the victory of every nation, Lord, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ, we give you all the honor and all the praise. We cover each and every one, Lord, as we are going in different places, Heavenly Father. Protect each and every subscriber, member, listener, viewer, whoever will be joining, Father. I pray, Father, that you protect them until we meet again. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
That's
Thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you.
All right. Guys, I thank you.
Really?
Mika, by the way, thank you for sharing your family. Yeah, it was so beautiful to see. I don't know how you manage being an uncle to so many people like that. You know, naming them, but thank you for sharing that. It's so beautiful to see that. Warm regards to your family. But you are just an uncle, and Ezra is a father. So you get to be a good guy all the time, but he had to be both good and bad guy. So, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that.
I appreciate it, gentlemen.
Okay.
Brothers,
One Africa.
One Africa.
Yes. Pastor Ezra, remember to schedule that thing, for the meeting.
Yeah, the meeting
of all of us.
Or the meeting for the week.
Side meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, the side meeting.
I'll send something tomorrow, and then you guys can just check.
Mika, you need to send him the list, though, like the list of, so you don't want to have too much of a big size of a group. You want to have it manageable.
Oh, sure.
So so that's your job as a chief executive to decide. At this point in time, this would be the core team I want.
Okay.
And to discuss this matter at depth, and then I think that decision, that judgment, had to be made by you. Made by you, and then I think Ezra will take it from there. I think from my understanding.
Yeah, just the list. Yeah, true. Then I'll send to all the people that needs to be there, and then we'll get their feedback, and then date confirmed, whatever, and then it's on.
I'll give you the text after this.
I'll wait for
Okay,
your
cool.
Binyam
Yeah.
interview. Cut Binyam interview.
Okay.
I want that.
I'm gonna do that right now
Okay.
after this.
Okay.
Okay,
I know
cool.
you feel sleepy, but the thing about Mika, even after this, he doesn't go full to bed.
Yeah,
Because I see him text me and stuff like that, message me.
I'll be there on my bed still working. You know, I'll have my laptop there still working. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't help it, but you're just a working man. You know. Okay, thank you, guys.
Cheers,
Cheers, guys. One Africa, guys.
See you guys.
One Africa. Cheers.
One Africa. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all for joining here. Thank you for the panel and for all the interviews we had today. God bless everybody. Continue to support Swahili Nation. Let's hit 200,000 subscribers before the end of this year, before next year. That would be an amazing gift for all of us, specifically for me, because my birthday is on January 5th. So this will be the best gift. This one. Not anything else. I don't need anything else. I need this one. All right. Yeah, and I appreciate because I can see people are subscribing. So, all right, guys. Good night, Africa. I love you all. I love Africa. I hope you do too. Bye-bye.